he started slitting the other one's throat and stopped midway, and it like spawned half of the other Ka.
And then I sewed them together. What?
It's like cat dog, but double snake.
Yeah.
Cat dog and double snake. You're good.
All right. Where last we left off, you came face to face with the mindless undead as they ravaged across Red Larch, slaying many of its citizenry and reanimating them to fight the guard and the apparently newer adventuring groups that have made their home there. As they fought them off, a number of the villagers having died in the process, including Picklework. As you made your way to the center of town, you met up with Sir Bradford and fought off a particularly nasty set of aberrations that had emanated from the Shadowfell, fighting them off with relative ease, as Obar kind of came in at the last minute, Kent's former master, and aided you. He warned you that time was running short and the worst of Xaxas' minions are yet to come, with you having recovered the 4 weapons of elemental evil. The opportunity to open a portal into the Shadowfell and stop him once and for all was upon you. Shortly before you gained that opportunity, a particularly nasty beast made out of anti-life itself descended down from the sky upon you, and lasted for all of about 5 seconds before Will banished it away.
Doot doot, magic flute.
Will we see it again here? We'll see. And I bring up, will we see it again here, because after having decided to head into the Shadowfell itself, Will came face to face with the Avatar of Death he had banished quite some time ago. Fortunately, Will came out of that relatively unscathed and unhurt, living to fight another day. You fought your way into the first few rooms of this chamber, coming across a number of puzzles and riddles, until you made your way into the room in which you are now, which has a high-voltage ceiling in which 5 zombie beholders descended down and assaulted your group. You managed to fight them off, but not without sustaining at least a few injuries. There is a staircase to your south that descends down. What would you like to do?
Before we descend down, I want to quickly walk back up here. You guys can talk about what you want to do, but I'll just quickly be up here in the library, just moseying my way, and then I will pull out my whistle and summon Carl.
Carl?
Carl! Oh, okay. I'm looking for the zombie. There it is.
Yep. Feel free to just drag it out. Carl. Okay. Alright, you just have it set its HP and everything. Set the bars so I can see them. Alright, you reanimate the humanoid creature, in this case, for the sake of flavor. Carl, in this case, looks an awful lot like the Illithid, which you killed earlier.
Well.
There's not another humanoid corpse in there to really reanimate.
Yep.
It's
That's
all
fine.
turning up Carl's.
Yeah. Everything's coming up Carl, am I right, guys? Alright, now we can proceed.
So the noob in me, if we short rest, do we regain HP back?
You burn your hit dice, which you have hit dice equal to your level. The hit dice are determined upon what your class is. It'll say it in your character sheet. You can burn however many you want. It's 1 hour of in-game time, or half an hour if you're an elf. And whatever you roll depends on how many hit dice you get back. Or how many hit points you get back, excuse me.
That's what we're doing now, is taking a short rest.
That's up to you.
No, I was asking. I was just curious.
Well, I could take a breather, but we don't have to.
I'm probably good. I've only lost 10 health, and I've got some healing spells that I really needed.
I'll tell you what I haven't lost. 10 health. A lot more than that.
If anybody has some heals to pass around, that would be great. Otherwise, I think a short rest might be useful. I am quite low.
Hey, did I just drag my character token into the dark? And then I just made a new one, but I think I lost my other one.
You did. I wound up deleting it, so I'll just...
Oh, okay. I'll take care of it.
Nope, you're gone. Permanently. End of story.
Get fucked.
Yeah, I would say if we have 2 people who need serious healing, then we just take a short rest.
Okay, that's fine. Let's do it.
Sweet. Hit dice. 1,
All right.
2, 3, 4,
I'll keep watching.
5.
Remember,
Okay.
you have this too. Hold on.
So feel free to roll an extra 1d6 as you're regaining your hit points for free.
Every
No, it's more
hit
than that,
dice,
right?
or just once?
Just once.
Everybody. Just an extra
Just
1d6.
1d8. 1d8.
Oh, yes,
So
you're right. 1d8.
everybody rolls 1d8.
No. Only if you're using a hit die, you can then
Right.
also roll an additional 1d8.
Right.
For every hit die.
No, once.
Just
No.
once. Okay.
Just once. You get one bonus 1d8.
Just double checking. What level are we now?
Depends on your character. Some of you guys are a little higher, some of you guys are a little lower.
So I click
You're 12 or 13.
Okay.
the hit die, but it said D10 plus 3 instead of D8. So what I do wrong?
So you did it right, and now you
You did
can
it
roll an
right.
additional d8 if you want to, if you need to.
I don't. So I get 13 health, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yep, you just
Or
restore
up
yourself
to.
up to max.
Wow, I had to burn a lot of hit dice.
Your hit dice as a paladin are d10.
Oh,
As
perfect.
when we get into the newer campaign, when you start with a lower level character a lot more, this will come a little bit more naturally.
Right. Which is why I kind of apologize for not really knowing.
Sure.
It's alright, noob.
All right. Oh, that's okay.
And then I assume hit dice are replenished with long rest.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
You assume too much. I'm just kidding.
You guys, after having gone through this hard-fought fight, try to do what you can to take a breather, restore a bit of constitution. But as you're sitting around, you cannot help but feel like you're being watched the entire time.
Yeah, you're being watched over by me.
By the whispering eye.
Fuck you, you spooky midget.
Killy, I'm going
Mhm.
to be able to recover 6 levels of spell slots, so I'm going to recover 2 level 3s. And
Sure.
that should be it.
Okay.
Okay.
Onward then?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Are you descending down the steps?
Before we descend down the steps, I am going to take a moment and I am going to cast that on the party.
Sure. All right. A telepathic bond is established.
/W space miles, or unless you just want to keep it simple and just order some. Yeah,
I was just
sure.
keeping it simple.
That's fine.
Okay. As you descend down the steps, it seems like they continue down, circle back around towards the east, and I went ahead and revealed the bulk of the map already. But it looks like they descend down. Isn't as you begin to descend down, you hear underneath your feet click.
I'm gonna back the fuck up. Dex save.
Or don't move.
You back up. Wait a second. Nothing happens.
I step back on it.
Click.
Maybe it's a tap dancing routine you need to do.
Performance. 13.
You do like a tap dancing 101 on the tile. Click, 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 click. Nothing happens.
I'm impressed but not surprised.
I take a bow. I'm gonna just kind of like step over the stairs as I go down then and see if there's another plate, I guess.
Okay. Click, 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 click. Roll d10 for me.
Sure.
Dying in my arms tonight.
In fact, roll 3d10 for me.
God damn it! I keep putting a space between slash and roll. There we go.
Okay, a 3, a 9, and a 2. Click, 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 click. You begin to realize that the entire descent down is all tiles. As you step on one of them, you do hear, and you see.
Someone farting?
I was
Nope.
just thinking, someone is like fart in my general direction.
No,
It
but
was
you
a
do
quiff.
see the shifting of stone over in this direction.
Like, does it come out of the staircase?
Like it stops right. Think Minecraft as you descend down. It's just an open like area into like a cave or something. It just opens. The stone wall just kind of opens up to reveal this passageway that continues off to your right.
Huh. Guys, I found something. I'm a little terrified.
Maybe
I'll,
this is like Mario Kart and it's just a shortcut to the other side.
I'll very carefully peer in.
Make another D10 roll for me. Click, 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 click.
Click, click, click.
You begin to approach the door, and it just goes and closes again.
God damn it. I take one more step to the left.
Click. Roll another D10. Click. Nothing.
God damn it. Well, and now it's gone. Anyone have any bright ideas?
Is this just a winding staircase all the way down, or does this go back up over here?
It continues all the way down.
All right.
And it seems
well,
like the better part of the stairs are all tiles that click as you step on top of them.
all right.
Maybe-
Listen,
maybe you
ballerina.
Maybe you need to stand exactly where you were before when it opened. Maybe you have to stay there.
Dr. Connors, I'd like you to roll, since you've approached a lot of those dudes, forward.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll 15d10 for me.
Yeah, you would. Roll 15.
You roll all three of your dudes follow you up.
Yep.
Okay. So here's the good news. That passageway opens up. Here's
Sure.
the bad news. The staircase suddenly becomes a slide. As the entirety of the stairs, at least the ones you're standing on, all begin to shift down and you begin to slide down the staircase.
Well, that's all I ever wanted.
Can I attempt to grab this corner on the way down?
Make a dexterity saving throw. Yep, you grab the corner, managing to catch yourself right there. Dr. Connors, you're sliding down.
All right.
The rest
can
of you
I
are
grab-
sitting at just at the top of the staircase where it seems okay.
Wait, quick question.
Mhm.
Hold on. I just want to figure something out real fast. Ping where the slide starts. Right
That
there.
line right there. Mm-hmm.
How quickly does one slide?
Well, it looks like they're starting
We
to gain some
We can be
speed.
right here.
Here,
All right.
I'm gonna-
My question is this: if I don't have a lot of room to run, but if I were to start running, right, and kind of jump in the air and misty step, right? If I'm starting to go
Mhm.
downhill, could I get? Now, misty step is only 30 feet, but
Mhm.
could I get with the momentum to here?
I mean, you can misty step to wherever you can see, regardless of whether or not you're sliding.
Well, this is my question. So I don't want to perform a dash action, per se, right? Because I still like to perform an action if I'm able to. I know you're moving them slowly down, but my question is,
You should stop moving me because I wanna roll things.
Okay.
Go ahead.
my question is, if I were to run and start sliding, I'm going to pick up a little momentum. I don't know how quick I'm going to pick it up. Can I get to here with a misty step and deploy the immovable rod?
Are you trying to deploy the immovable rod while you're still sliding, or are you attempting to misty step over the slide?
Well,
Go ahead and like misty step for me real quick.
yeah,
So bonus action, 30-foot teleport.
right. Hold on.
I'm just wondering if it says anything about momentum.
It
I don't think
doesn't.
it does.
It doesn't. That's why I asked the question. Hold on.
So are they sliding down the stairs, like up and around the corner, or are they sliding into that the opening?
Down the
Uh,
stairs, around the corner.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to edit token.
So it's basically a DM call. I'll say if you want to do it in such a way that you can. If I'll let you do whatever it is you're wanting to do.
Well, basically, I
Is
want
it-
to get to about here, and I want to deploy the removable rod and see if I can have my buggy grab onto it.
Okay. You can do that as a bonus action on your turn. As he begins to slowly start to slide, you can try to get ahead of him if you take a running start and misty step your way and deploy the rod as an action. Sure.
Okay, I'll do that. And obviously, I'm going to be kind of just getting the shit pounded out of my stomach and chest when it deploys right in front of me. But hey, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to go about to here, and then
Okay.
deploy rod.
Okay. Done. You're holding on to the rod. You manage to get it in such a way that you don't have so much momentum that you're caught, so you hold on to the rod already. As he gets that down, Kurt, between you, the zombie, and the snake, the snake's a little too far down to actually. Well, no, it's 10 feet reach. You guys can all go ahead and just make a dexterity saving throw if you're going to try to grab onto the rod somewhere.
Can I use my hands to grab the rod and also the zombie's arm? I guess I don't know. Like,
Sure, but I'm
I
going to
would
have you
like
make
to
two
say
separate
that.
dexterity saving throws.
sure. There's for the rod, and here's for the zomb. Oh, 2 14s.
Okay.
And here's for the snake to grab the rod.
Okay.
20.
The snake grabs the rod. You reach out to the rod and to the zombie. You manage to just miss both of them. So the snake grabs the rod. You two begin sliding. The zombie is actually caught up on the snake, and you're caught up on the zombie, so you both go against the snake. I need the snake to make a strength saving throw to try to hold onto the rod whilst you guys kind of fall against the snake.
23.
Is there a reason he's making it with advantage?
Yeah, because he can see me. And he makes all saving throws with advantage when he can see me.
Okay. He's basically acting then like a rope. In fact, here's what I'll say. He grabs onto it. He extends out his with his teeth. He extends out his tail, and then you and the zombie are hanging on to his tail.
Oh, sweet. Good job, Sneck. No one's dying in his
He's a
arms tonight.
slithery snack.
I will,
As you
well-
slide further down, I want you to roll 2 more d10s for me, Dr. Connors.
Perfect.
You tell me those plates are still there?
Oh yeah. Click, 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 click.
I didn't mean to roll just one by itself, but there's the other one.
Okay. Nothing happens. Click, click, click.
All right. Well, good thing we have this immovable rod, and we can begin making our way over to Ism. Am I right? What do you want us to roll to do that?
Well, I'm gonna toss Kent a rope to tie onto
yeah.
his immovable rod,
Hey, man, that rope seems amazing. I'll wait for that.
and then I'm going to put a pitten into the wall as best I can on the other side of me.
Okay.
Tie the rope to it.
It's all right. It's kind of hard to rock, so go ahead and make a strength check for me.
I'm gonna bash in with the hilt of my sword.
Okay. That's a save. Now make a check.
Oh, my bad. Even better.
Ching! You bash it in with the hilt of your sword. You tie the rope efficiently. It is well and truly in place.
Sweet. So I guess we climb up the rope.
Well, Kent can climb up the rope with relative ease. Ka's gonna one of the two. Well, you guys are gonna have to let go to Ka. Ka's gonna have to let go of the thing in order to grab the rope.
Well, we do this guy first up the rope, right? He's
Okay.
climbs up the rope, and then I'll climb up the rope. And then the snake would, after being done, can come up.
Okay, because you're climbing up an incline with no real means of really kind of holstering yourselves, except for the rod. You'll all need to make strength checks, or athletics checks, even if you have that
Okay.
particular skill.
Let me see. Athletics is strength. Okay, so it's just a strength
Yep.
roll, basically.
Athletics if you have proficiency. So, all right,
All right.
Dr. Connors, you get up there with ease.
Okay. And then zombie.
Kaz struggling a little bit,
15.
but he's not. Didn't let go of the rope. Carl gets up there, but Kaz struggling a little bit.
All
Kind
right.
of
Can we
holding on
just
to the rod.
can we just pull him in? I guess if he wraps around the rope, can we?
Sure.
After we're up here, pull him in. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay. Easily done. You can pull Kai in. Simple enough.
All right, Kent, come across.
Good
The water's
work,
fine.
team.
Oh,
Good
maybe
work.
not. There's not enough room over here. Does this place extend anywhere this way?
Yeah, my bad. Here, I'll reveal. In fact, as you kind of look down, it leads down to what looks like a large chest sitting on a raised platform.
Mine.
Jesus Christ. Here, I'll throw Kent the rope so he can climb in here if he wants to.
Yeah.
I mean, I tied the rope to the immovable rod. He's hanging on to the immovable rod.
Oh, right. Okay.
well,
Well,
I would
well,
have had to tie the rope to the.
He would have had to
sorry.
have tied it to the immovable rod.
Let's assume I would have if he tossed me the rope, because
Okay,
I
sure.
was going to. Okay, I'll take the rope and you can pull me on over, and we'll leave the rod there for right now.
Okay. What are the four of you doing all the way at the back of the top of the steps?
I was kind of psyched to do the slide.
Can I see this spot right here? Where I'm
Yeah,
at?
just barely.
Okay. And I'm doing that to move there.
Poof. All right. You see Tegan walk through Shroud and appear in a brief puff of glowing smoke right next to the rest of you who are in the hallway. Isn't you approach this chest on a raised platform?
I checked for traps.
Make a perception check.
I was hoping to investigate. Damn. Where is it? There it
Well,
is.
if you want to investigate something in particular, then it'll be you have to describe what it is you're investigating.
Well, there's my perception check.
Okay. Looking around, you don't get the sense that the chest is trapped or that there's any noticeable traps nearby.
I will try to open the chest.
Okay.
Slowly.
The chest opens slowly. Inside, you see what appears to be a sparkling ring. Looks like it might be made of diamond.
I'll just grab it. Is there anything else in the chest?
Okay, you reach inside to grab it, and the chest closes its mouth on top of you.
Ah, mimics. How did I know?
I guess we are rolling initiative.
Well, first off, it's going to crit on that bite against you, isn't? Causing you to take, however much damage that is, 14, 13, 14, and 17, 21 points of damage. As it bites into you, and you feel the sharp sting in your hand, and it's got its mouth kind of clamped around you.
Can I uncanny dodge it? So I can see him biting onto me?
Yeah, you can half the damage, sure.
Sweet. So what did you say it was in total?
It was 21. If you're having it, it's 10 points of damage.
Deal.
All right, and yes, roll initiative.
Oh, I'm gonna stab the fuck out of you.
My initiative game is nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it until now.
I've literally been on the bottom of every one of our fights. So, am I going to slide down this thing? And try to get in with them? Do I need to make any sort of rolls?
Well, on your turn, and that'll be up to you.
Perfect.
The immovable rod would be about level with my stomach. So if you slide down it, I would hope Killy would allow you to just slam into it with your stomach, but that might be damage.
Or you can just, put your arms out and grab it.
Before we get started, Tuck, I noticed your character tokens moved down there. Did you move down there before he opened?
Yes.
I didn't notice. Okay. And if you're going to do that, I need you... Are you trying to just grab the ledge as you slide down?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you, before you do that, to roll 4d10 for me.
4D10.
As the tiles... Yep, as the tiles click, 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 click. Okay. You get to right about there as the stairs just shoot right back up. There's no longer a slide.
Wee! Aww.
You slide down there, and it kind of shoots you up on the stairs with the momentum, and you kind of land. You almost kind of land on your butt, but you manage to save yourself just kind of at the last second. Okay. As we start to turn, Will, you're up. You saw this. The stairs just are suddenly no longer a slide.
Okay.
We lost Miles for a second.
I got kicked out. I'm letting back in.
Okay. I'm just gonna. Since there's no room for me there, I'll take a dash action to here.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll 40-10 for me, please. Okay. You get to about there, and as soon as you get there, the stairs, again, right back into a slide.
Can I grab the movable rod?
Make an acrobatics check. You grab the immovable rod, you're hanging onto it now.
All right.
As an incline has begun to descend down once more. All right, anything else?
No, I took a dash action, so that's it.
All right, Kent, you're up. You watch as this chest bites down on Isn's hand, and you hear him kind of cry out in pain. His hand is stuck in this thing.
You son of a bitch!
Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
And then I need to click on the thing, right?
Yeah, click on the attack itself. All right, you watch as the fire burns away at this creature. It's stuck hard against Isn't. It has its jaws clamped down on his hand. Isn't, you could feel like an acidic presence beginning to kind of burn away at your red skin. All right, anything else, Ken?
No, not for the time being.
All right, Isn't. Ow!
I'm gonna hold my action for right now. I'll wait.
Okay. Tuck.
Can I get by everyone?
Leap over
You
their
can
heads,
move.
you're a fucking monk.
Yeah, you can move through friendly creature spaces so long as you don't end your turn in the same space as a friendly creature.
Let's go hurt the shit.
All right, you
Attaboy.
you run right up to this this chest, this living chest. It's not your first time beating your meat on a big chest. All right, first attack hit.
That's right.
You chip off some of the wood on this thing. Second attack hits as well. Does not have particularly high armor class. Yep. Crack, crack. Some of the wood begins to splinter off. That hits you. All right, you bludgeon off. You feel this thing is still holding really, really tight onto Isn's hand, and it's just refusing to let go, but you've certainly injured it quite a bit.
Stunning strike. Con save.
What's your DC?
It's 15, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
So no, it's
resist.
16, but still he gets it regardless.
Yep. All right, Kurt.
As I watch the chest slam onto Isn's hand, I think to myself about all the animals I've killed and skinned, and how I could, if needed, amputate his hand, and how that would be advantageous to everyone because then he couldn't hold a dagger anymore, and I could have the dagger. But then I pull up my bow and I shoot the chest.
Okay.
You know, if you were to do that, I'd get a cool ass pirate hook hand that could hold that.
The 14
22 hits. Yep.
Oh yeah, because it hasn't acted yet. Oh yeah, it has it. No, 14 hits anyways though, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. 6.
You know that's not the same dagger, right?
The one that's outside?
No, he's saying when we get...
yeah.
When we get back.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, the arrow hits. You watch as it shudders a little bit, but man, it's stuck hard on Isn's hand. All right. The Carl's next.
he looks at me and he goes, and then he runs up and he gives it the slams.
And
he's
welcome
ready to
to the
jam.
jam. All right.
18.
You watch the bits of splinters fly off the top of this creature as you're wailing into him. All
I
right.
think if Carl bit into it, he can make a zombie mimic.
Tegan.
I'm just gonna hit him with Eldritch Blast.
All right. Hits. All right. First blast, golden blast of energy hits him. Second one hits as well. Not especially mobile, not especially dexterous. All right. They're all 3 attacks hit. All right. Firing all your Eldritch blasts of energy, all the golden beams pierce into this creature. It looks like it's beginning to shudder a little bit less, like it's about to let go, but it's stuck really hard on, isn't it? It's refusing to let go.
Alright.
All right, Kyle is up next.
Oh, you better believe he is. Yes. 30.
Ooh, what's that crit? Go for it. Really hoping I could do at least one extra action with this guy. All right, Isn't bites in. You watch as this creature shudders a little bit, and then you begin to finally feel as the acidic is almost beginning to kind of burn into the wrist of your hand, begins to kind of relax, and you pull your hand out, and you watch as the mouth of this creature just begins to open up. You see it's full of teeth. This chest is full of teeth, and this large purple tongue at the tip of which is the diamond ring, and it just kind of opens its back up and relaxes. You're out of combat.
I'm cutting that ring off the tip of his fucking tongue.
All right. You cut the ring off the tip of his fucking tongue.
And I'm gonna put it on.
Hope it makes your dick fall off.
You put the ring on. It's actually not that lustrous when you take a second look at it.
I'm a thief. I can sell it to someone. Someone will believe it.
In fact, as you look at it, you realize the gem's, it's actually cheap fake.
Yeah,
It
but I'm
was
a thief. It's my job. I
I
sell
know, I'm
things.
just saying for your benefit.
I'll con someone into it. It's fine. Well, is there anything else worthwhile in this mimic?
Not that you see.
I'll open its fucking mouth and just start moving its tongue around and like looking around its mouth.
You take 2 points of acid damage and find nothing.
Killy.
Damn, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
I'm gonna pull the rope up that's still trailing off of the immovable rod. If will toss it to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that end, and I'm going to pull out the thing of rope that I have. And somebody who's good with knots, I'd like them to tie the 2 ropes together. Anybody good with knots here? Or
I know a guy
not.
whose dick hangs low all the way to the floor. You can tie it in a knot and you can tie it in a bow. He's good with knots.
I am not.
Okay. I'm going to ask Isn't, who I assume is good with ropes and stuff like that. Oh, I don't know why I think that, but I do.
Are you just gonna ask me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell him I'm good with whatever you need me to be good with, and I'll walk up and try to tie a knot.
All right.
Okay.
Just make a straight up dexterity check. That's a save. Now make a check.
Oh, god damn it!
Close.
Okay. You tie what you believe to be a pretty good knot.
Okay. Length of rope are what in this?
50 feet.
50 feet. So we've got 100 feet tied to the immovable rod. So if we go down the steps and it turns into a slide again, we can kind of go away, call it, right?
Can we
Well,
just
it's actually
It's currently a slide, right?
it is
How do
currently
we-
a slide.
How do we recover the immovable rod? At that point?
I'm gonna
Once we're
go
on the bottom of
last.
the rope.
So we could do like what you do when you climb mountains and shit. Just have like a giant line of people with the rope tied around their waists with a I can't remember what it's called. Not a hitch, is it?
That's why I was thinking. I'll go last, and I'll unactivate the removable rod if it turns into a slide again, or or vice versa, and then we can just activate it a little bit as we go. Sound like a plan?
I like it. I love
I'm
it.
down.
I want to see it happen.
All right.
All right. So my question is then, with this plan, what do I need to do?
You're the first down the rope.
That is fair.
It seems we found ourselves a volunteer.
So that means I need to get to you so you can wrap the rope around my waist.
All you gotta do is slide down the slide.
All right, Killy, I'm gonna slide down this slide. So I need to grab onto that immovable rod so I can get tied up.
Okay, if that's what you're doing. You're gonna slide all the way down here. Slide. I need you to roll 40-10 for me.
What's the shortcut? Is it slash roll?
Yep.
Slash roll
Yes.
space
40-10.
40-10, whatever.
Alternatively,
40-10
you
is
also
all one word, though.
Alternatively, you have a die roll on the far left that you can access. Okay. All right. So you make your way sliding down. As you are sliding down, so confirm for me real quick. There's a rope, 100 feet of rope that's just descending down the slide right now? Or are you holding on to the loose end of it where you guys are?
Okay, so here's the deal. The rod's here, okay?
Mhm.
The
Right.
one end of the rope is attached to the walling here, but it is tied around the rod as well. Okay?
Okay.
So
In that case,
go ahead.
As he slides down, there's a click, and the door that makes up that portion of the cavern begins to close. Trapping
Okay.
you guys inside
Oh
and
shit!
snapping the rope.
Well, it would
Well, I
snap
went
the
to
rope from
grab the
here
rod.
to here. It wouldn't snap the rope that would be outside the room, right?
It wouldn't be. It would snap the rope outside the room, but the rope that is connected between the wall where the pivot was put in,
Yeah.
that snapped.
All right.
The door is now closed.
So we lost like 10 feet of rope.
Okay, so what's gonna happen though is one of us needs to grab the rope then before it falls down the.
What you need to do next is make a dexterity saving throw. Excuse me, an acrobatics, since that's what I had Will do. Make an acrobatics check to see if you grab onto the immovable rod in time with the momentum dragging you down the slide.
I mean, he's tied to the immovable rod, right? Or am I misunderstanding?
No, not yet.
You miss the immovable rod and are beginning to descend down even faster. You do have rope available for you to catch. You make a dexterity saving throw to try to catch it. Okay, you can grab onto the rope, but I need you to roll another 1d10 for me as you descend down the steps. Or slide, as the case may be. Okay, nothing happens, but you grab onto the rope.
So I'm going to say something that might screw me over, but I think it's worth being said. So the door is currently closed, so it's just me and the bard out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys just.
So was the rope tied onto the movable rod, or was it just draped around?
There's some of it tied onto the immovable rod.
Okay, perfect. Then we're good. I just wanted to
the rest of you guys who are in this room with this now dead mimic watch the door closes behind you with no other way, it seems like, to be able to get out of this room.
Let me ask you a question. We've heard all these clicks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it would be fair to say that we know the clicking opens the room, opens the door, and what do you call it? I'm going to, I'm assuming Will can't hear us.
Probably a safe bet.
Except that he can through the powers of my mind!
Ooh! Oh! Yes, he can hear you through the powers of psychics!
I'm going to say, Will, you need to do some more clicks, buddy. Hold on to the rope and slide down the line.
All right, Will just can't resist anymore. Hold on one second.
Kelly, while he's doing that, I'm gonna use Wand of Secrets in here to see if anything else pops up.
Nope.
Okay.
Miles, I was just thinking that.
Yeah. We get on the carpet, as many as can fit, or not, like half of us, I guess, and then we tie the rope to some willing or unwilling volunteered person, and drag them through the stairs and just click, 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 until we find whatever secrets this place holds, and the rest of us are all safe, and they're safe because they're tied to a rope.
So literally, we're drag racing the carpet?
Yeah, but only like a few of us at a time.
Well, my thought is, like, Just give the person who's going to be on the back like skis.
Yeah, or we could do skis. Could work. I'd rather drag them. But we can use skis.
I quickly put my finger to my nose.
Will tucks the rope under his arm, so he's holding on to it by pressing his arm against his body. And
Okay.
he swings his mandolin out in front of him, and he's like sitting on his butt with his legs out in front of him. And he goes, yeah, and he lets go, and he immediately starts playing that.
Okay, hang on.
Why do I get the scene out of my?
If you could cue that up for me, and that would be great.
That's the plan.
Who's the guy that played Highlander? No. Who's the guy that played Highlander? Lambert?
I'll find out.
Christopher Lambert?
Yeah, Chris Lambert, right?
Okay, did you guys ever see the really horrible Tarzan movie he did?
I think so.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, do you remember how his grandfather dies?
No, I saw it a long time ago. I don't recall.
They slide down a mansion's wooden staircase on a fucking silver platter tray.
Oh yeah, and he's going boopity 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 boop. No, Will's. It's kind of like that, but Will's playing this on his mandolin as he goes down.
Sure. Now, Draxon, you see as Will kind of gets the rope around his chest, some of the last bit of it, while you're kind of holding on to the bottom end, and you see him getting ready to just kind of slide down with you holding onto the rope. What are you doing?
I'm gonna hang out and just watch him.
He's going to slide right into you if you're just holding onto the rope.
He's gonna slide into me?
Yeah, it's the same rope.
At some point, he's going to become Missile Will Beethoven, and he's going to be traversing the rope downward.
Right, but we're close enough to where he wouldn't, it wouldn't necessarily knock me off.
You're within 5 feet. You could. I would argue that you argue.
Well, see, Will, you have to understand Will. He thinks he's smart, but he's got like an 8 intelligence, right?
We know.
So he thinks he's seen enough of this gimmickry steps to think, all I have to do is slide down enough until I hit the tile that's going to make it stairs again. So might as well have some fun with it, right?
I mean, that's sort of what I was thinking too. I was thinking that we should probably just slide down and hope for the.
He's embracing the horror, man.
If that's what you're doing, you're going to slide right into Draxon on his feet, and you're going to begin to slide down together.
Like a bobsled, like 2-man bobsled team, one guy playing the mandolin as you go down.
We're from Jamaica.
I've got the mandolin up my ass.
Yes, you do. Go ahead and roll. You roll a d10, we'll roll a d10. All right. Okay. As you slide down quite a little bit, and then the stairs come right back up, the momentum causing you to kind of shoot up for a brief second, and then you kind of land back down. Go ahead and roll another d10 as you land down hard on the steps. All right. You land down hard on the steps, and the sliding just kind of comes to an abrupt halt.
Aw, come on.
You roll to get the steps back up. Nope.
Does the door open?
Nope.
Do we want to walk back up and try it again? Almost like we're sledding in the snow?
Yeah, maybe we can get it to collapse again. Will like eagerly runs back up towards the door.
So what I'm gonna do is I want to step to the
2d10.
side so he doesn't run into me again.
Okay. Nothing
That's
happens.
where I'm going.
You roll 2d10 for me.
Will starts stomping around, jumping up and down like a toddler. Why won't the slide come back?
Okay. As you make your way up, Draxon, the door then opens back up to where the rest of the team is.
I jump onto the immovable rod.
Oh, hello, friends.
I'm going to immediately say, no one move. And then...
Isn't roll another d10 for me.
Oh, fuck.
No, I'm jumping onto the immovable rod. I'm not walking out there. I'm jumping onto the immovable rod.
So you're standing on it?
Yes. I'm just going to sit on it. I'm not going to put my feet on the first place and do nothing.
Acrobatics check to me.
Okay. That sounds like an acrobatics check to me too. Go for it.
Deal.
He's over there dancing to the music on it.
Like a world-class Russian ballerina. You somehow use the ball of your feet to balance on this tiny rod.
All right.
He's used to dealing with tiny rods. Am I right? Hey, let's get that magic carpet out.
So I
wanna
don't
step on
get
these fucking
trapped in
stairs.
here again. I'm just going to use wild shape to turn into a giant eagle and fly out.
Attaboy. You just fly over the steps. You're like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Okay. Will, who's got the carpet? Would it be on Will, I guess, with the bag, or?
Yeah, we typically
Presumably.
keep it in the bag. Yeah.
I also thought we left it with someone to get it fixed, but
You never left it.
Find anyone?
okay.
You never got it fixed. No.
It's
still a
kinda
little wobbly.
raggy, a little, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and float that on over to us if you would.
Well, I mean, I'll just walk it over to you.
Roll
Sure.
another D10 for me.
Good idea.
Okay, you walk it over to him.
Okay. So we'll, fold it out into here, and we'll
Mhm.
hop on. So.
Okay.
Garen, I assume, is coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
right. So let's do 4 and 4, I guess. Right.
Here's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to jump off the carpet when everybody's starting to get loaded on, and I will be the last person to grab the rod, and then I'll follow you on the ground down as far as I can. Kind of like barefoot skiing.
Okay. That's fine.
All right, so Will take your spot on the carpet, I guess.
That's fine.
I can show you the world.
Can't you fly?
Me?
No.
No, Will.
No.
Oh.
Will.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I'm only allowed to use that in case of emergency.
In case things go to shit.
Okay.
I mean, that was my out. Had I turned into missile
Gotcha.
Will Beethoven, I was gonna do that.
All right.
All right. So you're all hopping the carpet. You're making your way down the stairs on the carpet so that you don't have to touch the tiles. Is that what I'm getting at?
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we tying a rope around someone and letting them walk? Like, what are we doing?
I'll go last, or Garen can go. It's up to him.
Okay.
All right.
I jump on the carpet.
Okay. You jump on the carpet. It descends down. It's a little wobbly because of the damage, to the point where it's actually moving quite a bit slower, but it is staying mostly steady as you make your way down. You can choose how it is you want to go down, if you want to just head down the entirety of the steps, or what it is you want to do.
I thought we were going to have someone walk until we trigger something, and they'll have a rope around them, which we'll be holding onto on the carpet. And so if it turns into a slide, they won't fall and die.
Oh, okay.
And then we can discover if there's any other secret compartments.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm willing to go on the ground.
I agree. I think it should be you or the monk for sure.
If you guys would like to go on the carpet, and then I'll deactivate the rod. You hold the other end of the rope.
Okay, done.
I'll tie the rod around myself. Right.
So 6 on the carpet, 1 bird, and Kent on the ground. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
So Draxon's getting on the carpet then as well.
I suppose.
All right. Kent, you move your way to the immovable rod. Tuck, what are you doing?
I think there's one more spot on the carpet if that's what he wants to do.
One more spot on the carpet, but that's it.
Might as well.
Okay.
All right.
You hop onto the carpet as it gets prepped.
With that, I'm going to step out and grab, the rod.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to before they take off, I'm just going to flip the rod, unclick it 1 second, put it around my body once or twice, and then I'll I'll hold on to the rod, and the other guys can grab the other end of the rope.
Oh, cool. So you'll have the rod and the rope.
Right.
To keep you safe.
Correct.
Smart, very smart. All right, let's
So
do
you
it.
have the rope, you tie it around your waist like a mountain climber. You have the rod in your hand as a backup.
Yep.
You sheath your staff. Tegan, you're watching all this from eagle form above. The rest of you are on the carpet. And you're who's holding on to the rope on the carpet?
I think like everyone should at least put a hand on it. I guess. I don't know.
As many people as possible, then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I will say for the sake of time, so that we're not rolling a bunch of T10s and we're not here all night. You descend down. At random occasion. Oh, a little bit of lag. Come on. At random occasion, it becomes a slide. It becomes a staircase, kind of going back and forth. You manage to hold on for the bulk of it.
Do any other doors open while we're going down?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
You descend down to right about there, and as you get there, a couple of things happen. First off, there's a much smaller passageway that also has a smaller chest on a raised platform down here. The passageway continues down. When it's a slide, it looks like it descends down into some dark pit. When it stairs, it just continues downward into another chamber.
I suggest the guys move closer and take a look at the chest, and
Yeah.
I'll just don't all let go of the rope, but I'm
Yeah.
still holding the rod back here.
You and Tegan could go in so we can see what's going on.
I don't want to. I have to hop on his back to get there without activating more shit.
Right,
so
right,
fly
right.
the carpet up. I'm still here.
Okay.
You guys move to here. It's 100 feet of rope or 90 feet of rope.
Yeah, let's move down a little bit.
Again, you've kind of rigged the system now with how it is you're handling this. So if you want to get it to a position where one of you can get in there after stepping around the tiles to get it to open or close or whatever, you can eventually get in there. Is Ensign going in there off the carpet, or is Kent going in there while he's still on the ground?
No, isn't can go in.
Okay. There's a small chest there on a raised platform.
Is it a mimic?
There's no way for you to know. Hey, let me shoot it with my bow.
I'm gonna investigate it. Is it a mimic?
It looks like a chest.
Let me shoot it with my bow.
I'm gonna punch it real hard.
That's a stupid thing to do.
Make an attack roll, unarmed strike.
It's just a 1d4, isn't it?
It's a
1d20.
1d20 plus your strength to see if it hits, and then it's 1 point of damage. It's not a 1d4 unless you're a first level monk.
Well, it's plus your
strength. You take you punch into the chest.
Jesus Christ.
Which is not your strong suit. And you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you punch into hard iron.
Is it locked?
You haven't checked.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try and open it. Is it locked?
Nope.
Okay, I'm just gonna open it.
Okay. Inside, you see what looks like a stone shard, kind of crystalline in shape, and engraved into this stone shard are runes that you do not recognize.
Is there a tongue inside this chest?
Not that you see.
I'm going to take my sword and jab it around the inside of the chest real lightly.
Ting 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 ting.
Guys, I have to bio real quick and let the dog out, and I'll be back.
I'm going to reach inside for the stone.
Okay, as soon as you pick up the stone, it flares red. And as you hold it, you hear a voice, all of you in fact, hear a voice that says, "Whew. Well, it's been some time since I've been activated like this. And you're a strange one. Which guild are you with?"
The Diamond Bears.
The Diamond Bears? Oh dear, that's not one of the Gruul clans, is it?
All you guys can hear this. Someone could chime in.
No. We are our own thing.
Your own thing? Oh my, I guess I have been in here for a while.
How long is a while?
Who's to say?
I've lost count. I've deactivated some time ago. My internal thermometer doesn't... however the hell you measure time, doesn't really give me a good estimate.
Clock?
Sure.
Oh shit.
So, like, what do you do? Why are you in this chest?
My speedometer.
Well, the former lieutenant who was in charge of my designation came to an unfortunate accident while attacking a particularly nasty group of devils. I'm not sure exactly how I wound up here, but
But what do you do?
Surely it's not what you do, but how you do it.
Do you have
well,
a name?
My old designation was Delta 1364. Most folks just called me Delta.
I'll call you 364.
Abuka buka.
I'm gonna call you BB-8.
Can we change your designation? TK421, please.
If you wish. Allow me a moment here. And the red stone begins to flash to greater life. And you watch as a red light kind of shoots out from the stone, and appearing right next to you is a man in splint mail armor. And he is wielding what looks like a long sword, a short sword, and there is a big ass crossbow kind of hinged on his back. The armor he's wielding, the crest that he's wearing, is something you certainly would have never seen before. But those of you who are more akin to the surface world, most certainly haven't ever seen before. The closest thing you can think of is it looks kind of like the symbol to Helm, who's the god of justice. It's a closed fist raised up, but instead of the traditional sort of hammer that's kind of in its hand, it's just a closed fist with nothing in it and a red sunburst behind it. And he says, "Whatever you may wish to call me, I'm a former servant of the Boros Legion."
Is this still coming through our heads?
No.
Okay.
No, you all can hear him clearly. It wasn't coming through your heads in the first place. You just heard the audio coming from the stone itself.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought it. Okay.
So, like, are you
Stone
bound
itself was
to the
speaking.
stone?
In a matter of speaking, yes.
Are you were you once a person and bound to the stone, or are you just like some magical being that was just made from the stone?
I'm a manufactured product of the Boros Legion, designed to guard the city of Ravnica from external threats. None of you have ever heard of Ravnica?
Where is?
Perhaps you could help protect us from external threats.
Anything to get out of this dreary place, I suppose.
All right. Well, you're hired.
Welcome to the Diamond Bears.
Nope. No.
I shake his hand. I say, "Welcome to the Diamond Bears."
He
That is a
cheerfully
group
extends his
decision.
hand. He cheerfully extends his hand out and shakes it.
Onward, my new friend! And I
So
jump on the carpet.
He's not empowered to do that.
You are.
As
So,
he,
Killy, if I remember right, did I have a nobility background for my paladin? Do I not recognize any of the
You.
crests or anything of a house?
that's completely foreign to you. None of you would recognize this because it's
Okay.
not from the same material plane as you.
Okay, just want to make sure.
The funny thing about the extra-dimensional planers is that you can cross different material planes. This is an artifact not from the same plane of existence as the rest of you.
Yeah, as we're kind of going down, I'm kind of asking about that. I'm curious.
Well, there's
He
no more
actually-
room on this carpet, so I don't know where you want him to
He
sit.
actually,
He's in my stone.
as he goes back into the stone, yes, and it flares back to
Oh,
red.
right.
What happened?
We met an NPC who is a stone person, like literally is a stone and then turns into a person.
For your benefit, that's what it is.
White.
Yep, that's in my hands now.
Red sandstone with white granite elements.
Veteran human for up to 8 hours. Okay. All right. So
Is that? Did you just? Okay, so that is also a magic card.
Magic
I'm not sure
card.
if you knew that.
Oh, it's. I mean, it's different for the Deckermany things, and I'm
Oh.
familiar with that particular card.
No,
This
no,
this
no,
is
no, no.
No, this is
Magic
actually
the Gathering.
Magic the
It's
Gathering
a
card,
card
yeah.
for Magic the Gathering. Sorry if
I'm
I'm
Yes,
well,
yes.
yeah, well, yeah.
Yes.
Ravnica is from Magic the Gathering. I know what he's talking about.
Oh, okay,
It's
alright.
so yeah. Is it a continent? I forget, or is it just a region?
It's basically the entire world is a giant ass city.
Okay.
so-
Yeah.
okay,
So
I'm on board now. We're all good. All right.
well,
let's go.
you got this out of the Ravnica book, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica.
you knew he already had that.
I know, but when he said it came from Ravnica, I'm like, sweet. That's had to be where he got it from.
All right. Well,
Okay, so
It is
Go ahead.
an item from a completely different plane of existence. So as you're kind of finagling with the stairs here and the tiles as they kind of move up, if it's a slide, it creates this pit that looks like it just descends straight down into darkness. If it's stairs, it just continues on to some other room.
So I guess we want to take the stairwell rather than the pit, and
yeah, I would agree.
We need
Alright.
to trigger a couple of these things to make that happen.
Well,
well, I can
again,
do-
so we're not here all night. You've kind of finagled your way in such a way that you're going to be able to do this one way or the other.
All right.
You've solved my high school puzzle. No.
Killy's like, goddamn that removable rod and that fucking flying carpet.
I mean, it would have been a little bit more fun if you just slid down, but you figured it out, and you got it good. All right, you continue down along the stairwell here, and it descends down into this room. And the room itself, it seems empty, except for the wall carvings along the room, which are carved with dozens and dozens and dozens of eyes, just all over the room, carved in a fresco surrounding this room.
So I know you meant eyeballs. My first thought was like just a bunch of fucking dotted eyes around the room.
No.
Just lines and
Sans
dots.
serif or serifs?
A bunch of eyes just kind of staring around this room, and you see carved or sitting in different areas of the room are what look like statues of different humanoids that are just frozen in terror.
Oh my god. Killy, out of curiosity, and just bearing in mind that it has been a long time since I read the original Cyric and Time of Troubles books, but this seems really familiar to that, if I recall correctly.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Not off
Alright.
the top of my head, anyway.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
If you can figure that out, I'd love to read it, or figure out what the reference might be. Then I can keep that pocket that for later.
Well, later on in the books, after Kellenvor becomes the Lord of the Dead, there's another book later on where I want to say Cyric attempts to overthrow Kellenvor with some other gods, and I want to say there's a room or rooms that literally have literal statues of people that are either deceased or whatnot, and that's where their souls lie.
Okay, that's cool. I will say, for the benefit of this, that you have a bunch of eyes staring around this room and a bunch of statues just frozen in terror.
Full size statues, like people size,
Like people-sized.
and there are eyes staring all over the room.
There are carved frescoes into the walls of eyes staring all over the room.
Dr. Connors.
So,
Where would that be? Over this way?
That's the stairwell that leads back up where you came down. The eyes themselves are all along the walls of this room.
Along the walls of the room we're in. Okay. So the statues are like around there too.
The statues themselves are kind of just miscellaneous spaced around the room.
Okay.
Kind of haphazardly.
I have no clue. Is do I see this? Whatever is this a door here?
Yes, there is a door set that looks like it opens and continues on to the south.
Okay, I'm going to untie myself from the rope and untie the rod
Yeah,
from
no more clickies.
yeah, and I'm just gonna hold on to I'm gonna hold on to the rod. Just kind of stow it in my pack.
Kelly, what's that there?
It's a door.
Will go listen to it.
Okay.
Tell me your secrets.
You don't hear anything at the door. I'll save you some time.
I'm going to do the sneak and peek at the door.
All right. Looks like the hallway continues down, much like the first floor. This one descending down to the southeast.
Southwest?
West, my bad.
All right. Let's try sneaking down a little bit at a time, slowly.
Sneaking your way slowly down. I will add for your benefit that as you get further into the hallway, the floor underneath of you is completely black and kind of sticky as it kind of sticks to your shoes a little bit.
Oh, well, I'll pause for a moment. Am I sinking into it?
No, it's just sticking to your shoes.
If I lift up my shoe and look at the bottom, is there floor on my shoe?
Yeah, it's beginning to, whatever this black substance is, it's beginning to kind of drip off of your shoe back onto the floor.
Does it appear to be damaging my shoe?
Not especially. You can make an investigation check to see if you can identify what the substance is. You don't know.
So I'm watching him do this, right?
Yep.
Can I tell when the cutoff on the floor becomes the black goo?
Right about where that second square is, and as you look down into your eyes in the dimmer light, can see another statue that seems to resemble the Grim Reaper that meets at an intersection down there.
Well,
and he looks like...
what's the lighting like here in this hallway?
There is none.
All right, with his night vision, can Will see the ceiling?
Yep.
Are there any holes in the ceiling?
Nope.
Kent's going to cast Mage Hand, and then
Sure.
I believe I can cast Light on Mage Hand.
Sure.
Pretty sure. So I can actually see. And I'll just send the Mage Hand down a little bit and see if we can brighten it up a little. I know they can all see in the dark, but, it never hurts.
Sure.
Hold on one second. Will's going to move back here to where the sticky stuff starts.
Uh-huh.
And
for your benefit, it starts right at that square there.
All right. Kent, would you be so kind as to hit the floor around here with a firebolt?
Sure.
I just want to see if it's tar or something flammable.
Or, I could walk up to it and investigate it.
I say, why don't we just try to, can we smell it? Or, get a little bit of your finger, you can smell it.
Isn't. That's oil. If Kent chucks a firebolt at it, it's going to light up the entire hallway and stay alight for quite a while.
Don't throw a fireball!
Okay.
It's oil.
All right.
Flammable, explosive oil. Don't do it. So, is it just coming from down the hallway?
It looks like it's just kind of sitting in the middle of the hallway, and it all seems like it almost kind of congeals in the statue in the middle.
Could we fit back on the carpet and fit through this hallway?
Well, we don't want to put the carpet in this.
The hallway...
Well, it would hover over it, wouldn't it?
The ceiling in this hallway is only about 10 feet high. It's kind of a low ceiling.
Yeah, even on the carpet, we're going to get cooked if that oil goes up.
And we're going to lose the carpet.
That's why I was thinking, let's just set it alight, and then when it burns off, we can then be free to do what we need to do.
Except we're in a tunnel where smoke will be made. and no external ventilation.
Well, there's a door up here. We can close that.
Kelly,
Shoot.
assuming I walk up a little bit and I, use the mage handing light over there, how deep does
Sure.
the oil look?
It looks like it's not deep enough to, really soak the entirety of your shoes in it, but deep enough that it kind of comes over the tip of it. I would say a couple of inches, maybe, or a couple of centimeters, maybe.
And assuming I'm walking up to about here, I can send the mage hand kind of far, not super far,
Sure.
but
Sure.
You said it looks like it ends up. God damn it! I'm trying to move the map and I'm fucking up. Oh, there we go. You say it ends here.
It congeals around where the statue is, and you can't really make out anything more, but where the statue itself is, because it's kind of blocking the view.
Kent suggests that we move forward on foot. I think we should move forward on foot, but be wary of traps. We wouldn't want anything to light this up. That wasn't us.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So I'm going to suggest, would you mind, moving ahead and looking for traps?
Why don't we send the monk? He's more dexterous than I am.
We like him more.
You obviously have not seen our previous games.
Like the time our monk fell in 2 10-foot holes very easily and couldn't get out of them.
I'm just going to say, you missed a 10-foot hole early on in this map, and I'm kind of disappointed about it.
Now I'm kind of disappointed because I really wish the It's your call. Either one of you, Garing or Friar Tuck, or isn't. If you'd like to take I'll keep the light source near you, or as near as I can with my mage hand, and that way it hopefully will illuminate the hallway enough for you to help you see. Even though I know all of you can see in the dark, but me.
Tuck, you wander forward. You see this black substance on the ground at the statue at the end of the hallway. Dagon, are you still a bird?
I'm still depending on that. You said it was only a 10-foot ceiling, so I don't know if I could fit through there as a bird.
Be a little bit of a tight fit, but you could manage.
Okay, then yeah, I'm still staying as a bird.
Okay.
I think we should go down.
Just slowly walk it.
Just take your time and make sure there's nothing that is going to light everything on fire.
Did somebody do that wand of traps thing to see if there's anything in the hole?
Oh man, wand of traps. Why didn't we think of that?
Wand
Do
of
it.
Trap thing. Yeah.
Wand of secrets.
Wand of secrets, and I think it's secret. I don't think it's traps.
The problem, yeah, it does traps too, but the problem is the Wand of Secrets is held by the guy who's a bird at the moment, so I don't know if I can actually use
it. Trying to communicate.
Well, actually, we can communicate because the power of my mind.
Yeah, but can I actually use the wand in bird form?
Probably not.
Well, in bird form, you can't speak in normal languages, even in your mind. So all you hear in your mind is "Gah!"
So.
Well, I can fix that. I can cast comprehend languages. No. All right. No, I'm not going to do that.
His intelligence is too low to speak a spoken language.
Wow, harsh.
As a bird, as a giant eagle, his intelligence modifies to that of the giant eagle.
You don't have to be.
Actually, you got to know what I take it back. Your intelligence is 8. Actually, you can't speak him, but you do understand the language. I'm sorry. My bad.
All right.
So, since we don't have to attend to the Wand of Secrets, what I could do is, if you're telling me that you want the Wand of Secrets, I'll fly over to Dr. Connors and drop it on down the floor.
The downside is, as you use your wild shape, it morphs into your being. So
yeah.
Pull his dick out. No.
That's what I kind of figured. Not really.
Have your hand up his ass.
Squawk!
You would have to come in a wild shape if you're going to use that one.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, guys. Sorry.
right.
Y'all figured another way.
Let's just go down and keep an eye out for traps. I mean, you guys seem like you're pretty perceptive.
Who has the highest passive perception? I think it's Will.
Will's is 20.
Mine's 14, I think.
Be in the bottom left corner of your main sheet.
All right, we'll take point.
Yours is 18.
And,
yeah, mine's 18. So
proceed
close.
slowly.
Okay. The sticky substance of the oil is sticking a little bit on your shoes as you descend down.
Understood. No, he'll just, again, going slow, looking, trying to notice anything that might be detrimental, trap-like, as we make our way down. Does it look like there's an end to the oil? Or no, it congeals on the statue.
It congeals on the statue, and you can't see anything past the statue.
All right, well, we'll go down to the statue.
Okay. The statue, again, looking much like the Grim Reaper, rotates in your direction. And as it rotates towards you, you hear a disembodied voice echo as it says, "Some try to hide from me. Some try to cheat me. But time will show. You'll eventually meet me. Try as you might to guess my name, but I'm sure you'll know when it's you I claim. Who am I?"
I don't know what you said. Oh, it's on the screen. I bet it's death. Some try to hide from me. Some try to treat me. Try as you might. My name.
Well, the only person that can really
Fate.
hear or
The people in the hallway.
oh,
It's either fate or death.
Yeah,
like that.
it's something. Yeah, I guess death.
Yeah, death sounds probably better than fate, because death will claim you, whereas fate is not claiming you. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, will answer your death. And answer as well as visage.
The statue nods its head, and you watch as it just fades from view, opening up the crossroads.
Is
You
the
see-
crossroads covered in oil?
It's covered in oil. The area around it is covered in oil. It all congeals in a central spot. It looks like it goes a little bit higher, right where the statue itself was.
Oh, okay. A little bit higher. Ooh. I wait to see, make sure that it levels out, because otherwise there might be a pressure plate or something there. Look down that way while I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look down this way to the bottom right.
The hallway continues on for a while beyond what you're able to see without descending down that hallway. Draxon, do you have dark vision?
Probably not, actually.
Okay. I'm just going to double check because I don't remember if a Dragonborn has dark vision or not.
I'll move up.
You don't. Nah, you can't see very far.
I will also move up.
So do these hallways also have oil in them, or does it end in the center? I guess I'm not.
It has oil in them that looks like it's about the same level as it is in the initial hallway you came down on. It's just a little bit higher where the statue itself was.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure.
So, looking down all these hallways.
Okay. The hallway down to the southwest continues on into a room which you can't make out the details of without going down there. The hallway to the northwest ends in a door. And the hallway to the southeast ends in a door.
I want to try and see if I can get a peek into what's this room in the southwest. Yeah, there's that. That's an automatic 10, so it's a 23.
Okay. Peeking into the chamber down here, it's actually a pretty large chamber. It's mostly not terribly noticeable, with the exception of there are 3 coffins along the north wall and 3 coffins along the south wall.
So, like, we have coffins in here. What's the game plan?
You're coming back and telling us that, I assume?
I
You
mean,
can still speak telepathically.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Telepathic transmission.
I forgot.
It's okay.
I'll
I have
move
Carl
up.
by my side. I'm not afraid.
I'll move up.
Okay. As you approach Dr. Connors, you see most of the coffins are closed. There is one that is open, but the tops of the coffins all have some sort of symbol on them. The ones to the north have a symbol of a broken wheel. One has another symbol of a torn map. Another one has a symbol of stars. To the south, one has a symbol of a broken clock. One has the symbol of a broken compass, and the empty one, the one that is open, has a symbol of a broken heart or a shattered heart.
So the shattered heart is open?
The shattered heart is open. That coffin is open.
Kent says, I suggest before we go fiddling with any of these coffins that we check the other rooms. I think you guys might recall one level above us, we ran into a bit of a puzzle. Maybe these will have to do with another puzzle.
So check the other paths then?
Probably not a horrible idea.
Let's go to the northwest then, shall we?
Shall you?
I shall.
Shallant.
I will stealthily open this door and peer inside.
Okay, you open it, and right next to you, you hear as you see a creature eating on what appears to be a severed limb.
He closes
Inside, you see.
I'm not even gonna look anymore. I hear that and I shut the door. I want to know nothing else is in that room. I heard that. I heard someone eating something, and nope. I'm gonna back the fuck up and tell everyone what's in there. There's at least a zombie in there.
Zombie.
Well, we have fought zombies before. I mean, I don't know how undead. I don't know how undead or how you treat undead in the Underdark, but they're mostly an obstacle, not a stone wall, as it were. Shall we go see what we can find? That's to you guys. Hello.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm not leading, but I will follow. If you want to kill this thing that's in there.
Paladin friend, would you, with
Yeah.
your holy powers, do you think you can
Take the charge.
I think we could manage some lowly zombies.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Guess again,
Start
each of
playing
these
that song
zombies is
again.
level 18.
Start playing that song again. As I start strolling behind the paladin.
I'll move up as well.
As soon as they get over here, I'm going to kick the door in.
Surprise, cockbags!
All right.
And I assume since he's right in front of the door, I can do some damage to him, maybe.
As soon as you kick open the door, you see a shit ton of people expecting you.
Damn it! You changed the image.
Yeah, I did. Your dude opened the door and gave himself away. Go ahead and drag yourself somewhere in the hallway, because I know some of you are kind of hanging back there. And I assume you're all staying together?
Yes.
Dr. Connors, okay. Drag yourself somewhere in that hallway as you approach that doorway. They are all ready for combat, so just go ahead and straight up roll for initiative.
Yeah, we kind of figured that was coming.
An initiative that's not one.
All right, I'm assuming everybody's rolling initiative.
You're not seeing it?
Let me count. Kent, Tegan, Ka, Draxon isn't Will, Kurt. I see Tuck. The zombies on there. All right, I'm assuming everybody's good. Okay, as far as I can tell. Isn't on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right.
You said my name.
Yes, I did. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay. You watch as this large creature, whom you have fought before, most of you, shifts forward. Right up next to you. And then he is going to shadow jump. Draxon, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, question.
Shoot.
If I still have my mage hand floating about me with light on it, is it considered dim light?
It's dim light out to 40 feet. So unless you're within 20 feet of him. Well, you're barely within 20 feet of him. Okay. In that case, he's actually not going to move up next to you. I'm going to retcon that.
I love that. That's awesome.
He has a 15-foot reach. Instead, he's going to reach out his unusually long, bony claw, and he's going to attempt to strike you with it instead, Draxon. Critting. All right. You take that many damage.
That many. Won't even count it out.
He uses his claw.
And he's going to pull you right into the room next to him. And you are considered grappled. All right. Kent, you're up.
Kent's up.
Yeah.
Kent's going to move to here, because that should be what I call it. And I should add that the dim light would, be behind me now, but in front of me it should be clearing up. Kent is going to do two things. First, am I still standing in oil?
No, you're no longer standing in oil.
Right on. I am going to cast Fireball into the dead center of that room. And I will try to hit as many enemies as I can with it. And spare my good paladin friend here.
Okay.
So, let me pull up the little thing, my Bob.
I got it.
Thank you.
20-foot radius, I think.
Yeah, let's, yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Right there?
Yep, right there.
Okay.
And we are going to, where the hell's Fireball? 1 second. I need to find it. And stupid Fireball.
All right. So, all the flaming skulls in the back are completely immune to it.
Okay.
The two big fellows are not. Start with the magey-looking fella, who fails. And then we'll start with the big bony fella.
Ties,
so he succeeds.
Yep.
Half 35 is 18. Yep. All right. So you let off the fireball, it explodes. You notice that the floating flaming skulls don't look like they've taken a hit. The fellow in the center, though, kind of does what he can to shield himself from the worst of it, and he's just not especially dexterous.
Right. And that's basically where I end, because I think I use about my max movement.
Okay.
But I will add that there is brightness around me, because I have the little mage hand kind of chilling with me. Okay.
All right. Just checking something real quick. All right. At the end of your turn, he's going to burn, the mage fellow in center is going to burn a legendary action in order to cast one of his cantrips. He's going to cast Chill Touch, which has a range of 120 feet. And he's going to cast it right against you, Kent.
All right. Fair enough.
So, 11 points of necrotic damage. I'll let you adjust that. And you cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
Okay. That's
Tegan,
what they
you're up
made
next.
Chill Touch do now?
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
All right. 2 quick questions.
Shoot.
Can I see this point right here from where I'm at?
No. You're going to have to move in. The most you can see is maybe right around this vicinity.
Okay, so even with dark vision,
You can, well, with dark vision, 60 feet. Yep. So, based on your angle, you can see kind of up here.
okay. So first thing I'll do is I'm gonna shapeshift out of eagle form.
Okay.
Then what I will do then is if I move to here, can I see this point?
Yep.
Okay. So then on that point, I am going to cast this.
All right. That's 20-foot radius as well.
Damn, that was a good roll for damage.
All right. Is that right about where you want it?
Yeah, where it gets this top right guy. If it can clip him to, yep, that's exactly where I want it, right there.
All right. So, all right. We'll start with the magey looking fellow. Not especially dexterous. He takes the full brunt of it. Oops. There. And then as for all those floating skulls, they are completely immune to cold damage. But they do take the bludgeoning. They still have to make a dex save against it, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. DC to be 17. 1, 2. 2 of them succeed. The other 2 do not. The rest of them do not, I should say. Alright, so they get bludgeoned, and then finally, the gnarly looking dude in the back does not save either. Alright, you watch as the ice kind of falls down, it just pelts that guy in the corner, and he, while half munching on a dismembered arm, he just dies. Alright. Anything else from you?
Was that everybody?
Unless you got a bonus action or something in there.
No, did you get the big guy and the...
Oh, I didn't get the bone claw. You're right. My bad. He is resistant to cold. So he'll take half damage on that one way or the other.
Not so much the bludgeoning, though.
Not so much the bludgeoning, not so much the magical bludgeoning. Alright, he succeeds in the save. So he'll take 19 cold, reduced by half is 9, reduced by another half is 4. So he takes 4 points of the cold and then 7 points of the bludgeoning. He gets hurt a little bit, not especially deadly though.
Okay. Yep.
Alright.
I'm good.
Alright, Kaz next.
Are you talking?
It might be muted in Discord or there's no sound coming through. No, we can't. You might have to reconnect.
Test.
There you
Yep.
go.
Okay, sweet. He's gonna attack the bone claw.
Okay.
I did not mean to roll with advantage, but 25.
25 hits.
There you go.
Alright. So he takes no poison. And he takes half damage from the bludgeoning because it's a non-magical attack. Or piercing because it's a non-magical attack. But the attack hits. You do see his cock kind of nips away at maybe one of his leg bones. But he's holding Draxon, and his bony claw kind of spiked into him, almost. At the end of Ka's turn, the Lich is going to fire another one of his cantrips, another Chill Touch, this time at Draxon. Which is going to hit. You take 17 points of necrotic, and you cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn, which is convenient. You say it's the start of your turn. What are you up to?
So since I'm grappled, I assume it means I can't move away from.
You cannot move away from him. You would have to try to break the grapple.
And I imagine that would be an action.
That would be an action to try to break the grapple.
And I get how many actions again? Is it 2?
You can only attack twice if you're going to take the attack action as a turn. You don't get 2 actions as a turn, you get 1 action. If you choose to take the attack action, you can attack twice.
If you kill him, he'll drop you.
Can I attempt to cast this on that undead right to my left?
Ooh, that's a good choice. Let me check something. Undead with CR equal to or greater than 8, and I don't think that's the case. You know what? Yep, he's only got a CR of 1. So you point your hand out at that creature, you say, "You, a little hand," or "obey me," or something, whatever you want to say to this creature, and you watch as it kind of shoots up. It's yours to control.
Does it need its initiative, or does it just go right after?
It's going to act on its initiative with the rest of them. It's just, I'll have you do your shit first. I have to...
Sounds good.
What?
That's my baby. That's my daughter.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. All right.
Oh.
I thought it was a trumpet.
I'm trying to think of my next move here while holding the baby.
I thought someone was just tooting a fucking horn into the mic.
Yeah.
So
just tell me what you want your dude to
to
do when it's their turn. So you use your action.
I think
that goes under your control.
Yep. So I think I want to try to escape this grapple, if all possible. I don't know what kind of.
You just burned your action to channel divinity against him.
Oh, that's right. And I can't move, so I guess that's done, right?
Unless you have something you can do the bonus action.
Unless you got something you can do as a bonus action.
And you can't heal yourself because you can't heal yourself.
I can. It's the start. This is the start of my next turn, correct?
No.
No.
It's you.
Next turn, the turn after the turn.
Coming up.
You don't. Unless you got something you can do as a bonus action, which I don't know that you really do. You pretty much burn up your turn.
Any sort of defenses I can put. Any sort of defense I can potentially do.
Not really. You kind of burned your action to control that undead. You can have that undead do something on its turn.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just do that.
Okay. You're up.
Okay. So I'm going to rush in and try to dive underneath the Mr. Bony Fingers claws here.
All right.
And slash him on the way through.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
I'm also going to burn a charge of Fury, so I get the double attack with Fury.
Go for it. Yep. 29 lands. 17 lands as well, yes.
And then there's Offhand for Mariners.
All right, 26. All attacks land.
And then there's Sneak Attack.
Mm-hmm. All right. You do a duck and roll underneath this creature, shifting through its bony legs, slicing horrendously at its legs, trying to get him to loosen his grasp on Draxon, which does not manage to happen. But you do watch as this creature is slashed horrendously.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, the fellow in the center there is going to burn his last legendary action. Sticking his hand out at you, he says, "Hands off my creature!" And he's going to cast Chill Touch against you. The die ever here. There it goes. All right. You take 5 necrotic, which I'll do, and you cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
I mean, I got it, Boo Bear.
All right. Will, you're up.
All right. Will, he can see into the room from where he is, yes?
Yes, but the angle at which you can see in is kind of limited.
But I can see, like...
Yeah.
I can see what's going on, like, around there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Red line? All right.
Sure.
So Will's going to stay exactly where he is and level his mandolin and strike the power chord. And
You cut out there. What are you doing? Up there it is.
casting that. And I'm
Right.
casting it. I'm going to draw the 10-foot radius out. Hold on.
Somebody dragged a bunch of them over there, so that's a 10-foot radius.
Oh, wait a minute. What, that little circle is 10-foot radius? No, that can't be right.
No, it can't be right at all, actually.
That's 5 feet.
That's a 10-foot radius.
There you go.
I want to get all the skulls and the guy in the middle.
Okay.
I should be able to do that.
Yep, that's good.
Yep.
Can I do it without clipping? Isn't?
Yep.
All right. Then that's what I would like to do.
Okay. Thunder damage. All right. So all the skulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. All but one of them fails.
Ow.
So they're damaged pretty badly, but they're still floating.
And I'm going to pull the rapier and have him play Footloose in case I need to make a deck save. And that ends my turn.
All right. For what it's worth, the skulls that are floating about are all glowing with a black flame. All right,
I'm
so
sorry,
that's all them.
Similar to the black flame that we saw in town?
Kind of, sort of. All right, he saves, so he takes half damage. Actually, I didn't even roll his correctly, so... I didn't even roll... No, that wasn't right. There's the big guy, he saves. Okay. All right, Kurt, you're up.
Sweet. I think I can make it into the room using my bonus action of the dash here. Yeah. So I'll move into the room with 30.
Okay.
It gets me to here. And then I'm going to use my bonus action as a dash to move about right. I want to say there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Conjure Barrage.
All right, 6-foot cone.
Yep. I need to drag it out. Let me grab it. Oh, you grabbed it. Okay, cool.
I gotta figure out where the rotate deal is.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh. Let's see here. I know I can do this. There we go.
Okay. 16 feet, dex save. This is non-magical ammunition into the air. Dex save, 3d8 damage on a failed save for half on a success. Damage type is the same as that of the weapon or ammunition used as component. So, I have to ask, this is non-magical, or I have to clarify, this is non-magical ammunition, so it's being treated as a non-magical attack. I think.
It's a non-magical ammunition, but the bow is magical, and it's a magic attack.
Yeah.
It is literally a spell. So
yeah, you're right. Okay, all right. I forgot about the bow, so I'll allow it all the same. All right. Dex save. Fell in the center. Saves. Is it half damage on the third? Yep. Okay, so he takes 8. He's still standing for what it's worth. And then all the floating skulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 failures and 3 successes. All right. You watch as one of the skulls goes down. No, I'm sorry. That one does not go down. That's one of the ones that saved. My bad. He's not quite down. That fella failed. That one goes down. And And that one goes down. So 2 of the skulls go down. The black flame's extinguished. Their other 5 are looking pretty badly hurt, and they're still floating.
All right, you can delete the triangle, but
Okay. All right. Okay. Are you done?
Yep, I'm done.
All right. At the start of their turn, you hear the fella in the center, who looks kind of like an undead elf, cry out, "Show the wizard what a real fireball looks like!" And all 5 of the remaining flame skulls are going to chuck fireball into the hallway.
Counterspelling one of them.
All right, you're able to counterspell one of them.
I'll counterspell one too.
Okay, there's 3 more coming in.
Yep.
And they're going to cast it with that as the central point. It's just going to barely avoid the bone claw, but it's going to hit everybody else, everybody except for Curtin isn't. So, 3 fireballs coming out. 2 of them countered. That's 38. Ooh, that's bad. 13 and 30.
I'm not crying about the 38.
I'm crying about the 13.
That's right.
I just need to make sure.
Saves, right?
3 dex saves. All right. The DC to beat in every single case is 13.
Looks like I beat the first one. No, wait, did I? Hold on.
Yep.
The DC to beat was what?
13.
Oh, good.
So,
I make all 3.
Okay. Ka makes all 3, so he takes half damage. I just bust out the calculator.
Yeah, I beat the first one.
Yeah, I think I'm dead.
Hang on. 30 plus 38 plus 13. 81 divided by half. Oops. Alright, rounded down is 40. So Ka takes 40 points of damage as he dodges the bulk of it. Going down the list here, Kent is 19, you failed 2 of them. You failed the 13, you failed the 30, so 43 points of damage from them. And then the 38 divided by half is 19. You're down to 7 hit points.
Right.
Did you roll for the zombie? You did not, so be sure to do that. Draxon, you take the 38. Draxon, you are straight up down from the first hit. And you take 2 automatic death failures. So you're not dead, but you're kissing it. And Tuck, you're taking half damage all the same.
Nope.
1, 2, you save on all 3 of them,
Yes.
so
I take
it's, well, 38 plus 13 plus 30, it's 81 points of damage. You take half
Nothing.
damage on a success.
No, he takes nothing
No
because he
damage.
succeeded.
Yeah,
Nothing.
because he saved. Yep, you're right. You take nothing.
Yes.
All right.
Actually, it doesn't even matter if he takes half damage, he's still dead. So, zombie's dead.
All right. Zombie's dead.
Oh,
don't forget your
dead.
undead constitution, so you can roll to see if he stays up.
Oh yeah.
Will, you take half damage, so of the whole thing. So Will, you take 40 points of damage total.
Whose idea was it to come into this room?
Yours. All right.
It definitely
DC
was
of
not. I
5
was
plus the
told to
damage
leave the-
taken.
Yeah, so he did not make that 38 plus
All right,
5.
Carl's out
Clearly.
of the picture then. Yeah. And finally, Tegan.
I was waiting for you, so I succeeded on 2 of them. On the one I failed, I am using a luck point to re-roll it.
Go for it.
I just wanted to wait till everything else was caught up.
All right. You save on all 3 of them, so you take a total of 40 points of damage. It's the fires. Balls just explode into that hallway and out, and it overlaps on top of the rest of you. You watch as Draxon, who is in the grasp of this large bony creature, just gets obliterated in the face as he's grappled, and he falls limp. He looks really badly burned. Now it's the Lich's turn. He's going to look in your direction, isn't? And stretching out his hand, you see at the tip of a finger is this growing necrotic bead of energy as he shoots it out at you. This is Finger of Death. I need you to make a con save. Yep. You take 61 points of necrotic damage.
I'm going to have that. Uncanny dodge.
Alright.
So I take 30.
You take 30. Alright. As this necrotic energy beats into you, you feel it overwhelming you. And that is his action for the turn. And he didn't really have anything to do as a bonus action, so forget it. Alright. Tuck, you're up. Through the power of your key, you have avoided fire. You run face forward through your burned companions right up next to the large bony creature.
I'm going to hit the bony creature.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just got back. Who cast Finger of Death at whom?
The Lich in the center of the room cast it against Isn't.
Damn it, Tuck.
Crit!
Excuse me.
Bless you. Alright, you get one hard hit. You watch as part of the bone on the legs of this creature cracks at the impact.
Stunning strike, con save.
Alright. Saves. Second attack, hits. Alright, you follow through on the crack. You watch as the cracks widen a little bit more.
Con save. Setting strike.
Okay.
Again. Fail, you bastard. Fail. Okay.
He's stunned.
Telepathically, Kent is going to say to Tuck, "The flaming skulls, you idiot."
No, I know. I'll get rid of this guy. And now flaming skull to my left.
Okay. The skull is actually floating about 10 feet up in the air.
You think that's going to stop the monk?
I'm going to jump and hit him with my dick.
What's your strength score? Strength modifier, I should say.
6.
6?
Or
Your strength
one,
is
sorry.
6?
One.
Okay. So here's the actual rules for high jumping
Sure.
out of the DMG.
He didn't high jump,
As soon as
though.
I pull it.
He ran first.
When you make a jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. So you can leap a total of 4 feet into the air. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump, which is what he did. So he can leap a total of 4 feet up into the air. These guys are 10 feet up in the air, and they're pretty small.
Not to throw another kink, but the ice storm is still
That too. He moving at half
penetrating.
speed. Yep.
So.
Fine. Hang on. Flaming skull, though. That's not going to happen. Fuck it. I'll just sit here and wait then.
How tall is your character? If it's 10 feet off the ground and you have a staff in your hand and you're jumping 4 feet,
I'm 6,
just
I'm
saying.
jumping 4 feet. No, I'm
you
hitting
can
with my
dunk a
fist.
basketball that's a 10
I
feet
guess.
tall thing
Yeah,
if you're
so
only
I can
jumping
jump-
2 feet off the ground. So
If I'm jumping 3 feet, I'm 6 feet tall. So I'm 9. My arm must be at least 1.
I'm just saying that's the
Oh,
math.
wait a
I'm just saying.
minute. Wait a minute. He did say with his dick, though. So what kind of acrobatic fucking maneuver is he on?
Well, if
So-
his dick is
so-
as long as his torso, I'm pretty sure it's
So-
reach.
I mean, so how tall is your character?
6.
6 feet?
6
Tall
feet.
elf. Okay. All right, sure, Kobe.
Sure, Kobe.
If you jump to your total height, you can still smack this thing once. Yes, you hit it. You break its teeth, and it falls onto the icy floor. As you fall back down, I need you. I just got rid of it. I need you, because you're landing back on difficult terrain, to make an Nope, that's not it. Make an acrobatics check. All right, you land on your feet.
I know. Next.
Be careful.
Know. He says.
Okay. Now, it's their turn. Because you're unconscious, you can't give it any actions, so it's just going to stay there and defend itself. The other two, this guy's going to move forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move forward to end his turn there. But one of these creatures is going to move right up next to you, Kurt, and it's going to attempt to slice into you.
Okay.
With its claws. Which will hit. I need you to make a con save. And you take 5 points of damage. You are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Cool. And
the zombie is gone. At the end of their turn, this fella in the center here is going to look back in your direction, Tuck. And as a legendary action, it's actually going to burn 2 of its actions to use Nox Touch against you. Which is kind of a useless idea. That should have doesn't hit anyway. I was like, wait a minute, you can't be poisoned. Alright, well that was useless.
Was that a legendary action?
Yeah, it was a legendary action. 2 legendary actions I just burned. That was dumb of me. Oh well.
Yeah, but he didn't
anyway.
know.
Yeah, you got 2 automatic fails, Draxon. You're not quite dead, but you're getting there. This fella's stunned and can't do anything. Kent, you're up.
Kent's up, is he? Alright.
Yep.
So, let me just look at something real fast, because I know what I'm going to do, but... Let me just see. When you cast a spell using a spell of settings level or higher, the spell creates 1 more dart for each slot level above first. So, what I'm going to do... you said the skulls are looking pretty fucked, right?
Yep.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level. Make sure I have a 2nd level slot, I think. Just make sure.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level. And I'm going to target each one of the skulls that are still remaining.
Alright, 1 missile per skull?
Yep. So I need to roll, was it 1d4 plus my intelligence?
1d4 plus 1.
Plus 1.
Nope,
and,
just straight up 1d4 plus 1. It's not affected by your modifier whatsoever.
Well, it's not affected by my modifier, but it is because I get plus 5 damage to Magic Missile. So whatever is the most healthy skull, I want the extra damage to go to that one.
Okay. To 1 damage roll. Okay. So, yeah, you'll add 5 to one of the missiles.
Okay.
The most healthy looking one right now is this fella back here.
Alright, well, he's getting the 5 points on top of whatever I roll. So I'm going to roll 1d4 4 times.
1d4 4 times and add 1 to each roll.
And this is where the dice roller comes in handy for me.
Okay.
So I guess give that guy a 9.
Okay.
And then give the other 2... Wait. No.
I have the damage adjusted.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
It's you fire out the missiles, the impacts into each of them. They all look like they're right on the edge, and they all look to be about as hurt. The one on the left there looks like he took the weaker of the missiles,
Okay.
and he's looking just a little bit better, but not by much.
And with that, I'm going to. I'm going to retreat back down the hallway as much as I can.
Okay.
So there. No, you know what? Because that's probably where the tar starts. Just get back into here. 25 ish.
Okay.
All right. And I can be healed now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's it
All
for
right.
me.
All right, at the end of your turn, the big fella, not wanting to waste another legendary action, is going to attempt to cast Chill Touch against Tuck. All right, that'll hit you. You take 19 necrotic and you cannot be healed. I'll adjust your hit points. You cannot be healed until the start of your next turn. Actually, he actually rolled out with disadvantage because you're within range. It's a ranged attack, I think. Still hit you. All right, Tegan, you're up.
Okay, quick question. I know earlier Draxon, before he's knocked unconscious, he could not heal to his start of his next turn. He is now unconscious. Does that still apply?
Yep.
Okay. Second question is, if I hold my action, can I still use a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to hold my action until Draxon's turn. And as a bonus action, I am going to heal Kent using my Fey energy.
Okay. $25 hit points and a 6 temporary?
Should be 5 temporary.
5 temporary, my bad.
Yep.
All right,
All right.
so I'm getting what
25
back?
hit points and 5 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
All right, and like I said, I'm holding my my action, and I'm just going to stay where I'm at. That's going to be the requirement.
For what it's worth, if it's Cure Wounds, it's touch. Throwing
No,
it out
no,
there.
it's not.
Whatever.
It's not going to be Cure Wounds.
Okay. All right, Ka is up next.
Call Moody here and attack the zombie.
All right. Yes, it hits. All right. He is immune to poison, but he does take the full of the piercing.
Cool.
You hear.
He's gonna
All right. It's Draxon's turn. Are you using your held action?
Yep, I sure am. This is my held action.
Okay. Mass Cure Wounds.
And that is going to pretty much hit Draxon. And it's probably it, right? I mean, let's see. Hold on.
What's the
Check it.
radius? 30-foot radius?
30 feet.
6 creatures in a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point.
Right. So it's going to be Draxon, myself, Kent, and
probably Congers.
Will
right?
need
Will. One, two, three, four,
If
5,
there's leftover
6.
people,
You can
Big
hit
snake.
everybody. You can hit everybody except for Tuck and Kurt.
Okay.
So just
Yep. Let's do that.
24.
Points. 23.
23. You're right.
All right. Draxon, you're actually no longer grappled because the guy next to you is stunned, and
Ooh.
right before you feel the taste of death, you come back up. You feel healing energy wash over you at the last second. You actually can't gain hit points right now, so.
Correct.
Kent telepathically would like the. I mean, sound of thought goes pretty quickly, would like to say the skulls, the skulls.
Right.
Righto.
Skulls to skulls with not a lot of health. I only have one action. So my thought here is actually to heal myself more.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm going to go ahead and use Lay on Hands then.
Okay. Are you
That gives me
running 5 times 10, 50? You could heal yourself for the full pool of 50 points if you want.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
All right. Increase hit points by 50, bringing yourself up. All right, that's your action for the turn.
Yep.
All right, you moving at all?
Don't do it.
I'm going to move. Okay. I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Isn't you're up?
I'm gonna stab Big Bony Man again.
All right, he's stunned, so attacks have advantage.
Ballin'.
All right. All of those attacks will land. All right. You eviscerate him, and you hear the gentleman next to you say, "I am so very tired of my baby getting slaughtered like that."
All right.
And as you watch as he kind of collapses into this bony heap, there's just a shadowy sort of glow or fog that just kind of hovers where he is.
So, quick question for you though: can I ask Boros to join us, or what the hell his name is? Guy in the key rune.
He called himself Delta, whatever the hell number I said.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Delta.
I'm gonna retcon it because it's easy to remember. 8642.
8642. Sure.
That would be using an item action, so I'm going to say that would have to be your action for the turn.
Do I have to use it? Because he can jump out of it at his own will.
Technically, the key rune becomes him, and it's an item. If you're calling on him,
I thought he just came out of it earlier.
I may have misspoke. He doesn't.
Okay.
The item actually becomes him.
Okay, because I thought I was holding it and like he zooped out of it and was standing beside me, but I understand now. Okay.
No, I misspoke. I think when I said it the first time, but yeah, he becomes it, or he's the keystone.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, for the sake of combat, it would be using an action in order to summon.
Okay, sounds good. That's fine then.
Okay. All right, so you're done for the turn then. Will.
Yep.
Alrighty. Will, let's see. Will's going to slide up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Say to there. Give him a little better vision into the room. And I'm going to do the same thing actually that I did last time. Only I'm going to cast it at a higher level, I think.
All right.
Can I try to? I don't think I can get the guy in the middle without clipping Tuck as well. If I wanted to get those 3 skulls in a group plus the guy in the middle, could I get them with the 10-foot radius? Can you drag that out for me again?
Sure, let's find out.
Not necessarily, Val.
Wasn't it bigger last time?
I thought it was. It's weird.
That's weird. All right, if I can't, then I'll just, get the 3 skulls like that.
Although that actually looks more like a 10-foot radius, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe we used something like a 20-foot radius last time.
Yeah.
That was labeled 10.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to cast Shatter, and I'm going to cast it there. Hold on, I got to pick a spell slot. I'm running out. I really want to end those skulls. Oh, I hate to use it. All right, I'm going to cast it at 5th level.
Yeah, 10 rounds is 1 minute for those in chat. Each round is considered 6 seconds of combat. All right.
There you go.
So that drops on them. Higher level cast. That is a crap ton of damage. 32, 41 points of damage, rounded in half. All right. I'm not even going to roll. All 3 of those floating skulls just erupt and shatter into a bunch of tiny little skull pieces. There's only one left, and he's not looking too far good either. All right.
Okay, as a
Anything
bonus
else?
action, I am going to give. I'm going to call out some encouragement to Tuck. Swing that dick. His ass you'll kick. And give him some bardic inspiration. So, Tuck, you get a D10 to use his bardic inspiration.
Yep. All right. Assuming you're done. Kurt, you are paralyzed. You can repeat the save at the end of your turn. So, con save.
So, I found this out after I'd already done my turn. I should have advantage on saving throws against spells and abilities used by fiends and undead.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll with advantage if that's cool.
Go for it.
Cool.
All right.
Yay.
We'll count that as being the initial con save, so I'll let you act this turn.
Oh, okay. I wasn't searching for that, but I'll do it if that's what you're wanting.
You would have. Yeah, I'll just let you act this turn.
You would have rolled twice.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I will pull out Frostbrand.
Okay. You hadn't been hit yet this turn, so it doesn't make a difference.
And attack the undead in front of me.
Okay.
Not with advantage. Sorry.
All right. We'll count the 19 and the 13. Either way, both attacks land. They're not especially high on the roll either. Okay. Sticking both swords into this creature, you'll just, like Anakin Skywalker against Count Dooku, chop right off the head.
Sweet. And then I'll not stand there anymore. Move back over here. I'll be done.
All right. Seeing Tuck as the immediate threat, this last fellow over here is going to attempt to cast. You know what? He's going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level against you.
Because Fireball would be a bad mitigation for the Lich to fucking deal with.
Yep. Tuck, 20 points of force damage as it whacks into your back. You turn your head around real quickly, staying in a defensive stance, looking back at the skull next to you.
Did you roll all 4s?
Yes, I did.
That's pretty fucking cool. I don't think I've accomplished that yet.
All right. The Lich, who's next to you, is going to stretch out, and you watch as necrotic energy begins to overwhelm you, and it almost feels like it's beginning to sap the life out of you. He's casting Blight at 6th level against you, Tuck. I need you to make a con save.
I'm talking to myself. Yep, sure.
What's new?
Ooh, wow. All right. You do take half damage. If I adjust this correctly, there we go. All right. Total 35 and 7 is 42. Divided by half, you take 21 points of necrotic as you resist the worst of it. And then it is your turn. All right. As you retreat, he's going to...
Attack of opportunity.
Well, his attack of opportunity would be Noxious Touch, but you're immune to poison, so forget that.
I'm going to hit the skull here.
Okay. Again, it's 10 feet up, so you have to leap up and whack it once.
He can throw a staff.
I can throw my staff.
Oh, yeah, you can do that too. You chuck the staff up at it. Yep, that hits. Yep. All right. You whack into it. You watch as the staff just goes clean through the skull, and it collapses into a bunch of tiny little pieces on the floor.
And now, for something completely different.
And now for something completely different. 30 feet, Smock.
So I'm just going to come back here and hit the guy in the middle again. Or for the first time, I guess, because he's being a dick.
All right.
Don't be a dick. Smack.
You should stop being a dick. Walks up and hits on the face. Fucking stop it.
Yep.
Con
Yep,
save.
that hits. All right. I'm going to assume that saves. Yeah, that hits. Yep.
Con save.
He's looking pretty bad off. Ugh.
Failure.
I assume that stunned.
It was like a Mortal Kombat moment. Ugh.
Well, shit. All right. Next up is this one the ghouls. Draxon, what command are you giving yours? Move to the elf guide and attack. All right, that's what he's doing. He moves up and he's going to attempt to bite against him. What did he roll?
10.
All right, that doesn't hit. The attack is 10. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that doesn't hit. All right. This guy's gonna move up. He's gonna slash at the snake. 17. No, it's not. Kaz got an 18. All right. Top of the round. Bowclaw's out of the picture. He's stunned. Kent, you're up.
Kent's coming
The
back.
tide is turned.
Kent's
All right.
coming back into the well as far as I can get. So that would be here.
Mhm.
And we're going to do magic missile at level 1.
All right.
Once I pull up the right thing I need to pull up. There we go. Oop, why are you not clicking? Oh, stupid.
You know what? I forgot a thing. This guy has legendary resistance, so I'm gonna have him save against that stun instead.
Oh, so he's got to make a thing.
And then at the end of the ghoul's turn, I'm gonna. Well, she burns the legendary resistance, so he can choose to succeed against the stun effect. And at the end of the ghoul's turn, he's going to burn all 3 of his legendary actions to do this. So I need everybody within 30 feet of him.
Yep.
Because he's pissed off now. Kent, I don't think he would have moved up there by then.
Yeah, Killy, I have to choose to. I can't get rid of this fucking level 1 thing here. Like,
Wait, wasn't he stunned?
Is there not a? He was. I forgot that he had legendary resistance. So I'm burning it.
Here, I'm trying. What the fuck, man? Why is this not working? I literally have an input value as to cast something at a certain level, and I can't get it off of my screen.
There's not a cancel button there, is there not?
There's an X, but it will not let me click it.
You might have to refresh the page.
You might have to. At the bottom right where it says input value, it has one button that says submit. It has another button that says cancel. Yes.
No.
No. Then refresh the page.
Yeah. All right.
You're frozen. All right. While you're doing that, you weren't in the room yet. I need Tuck, and I'll roll for the ghouls. Isn't Kent, Drax, and Ka to all make con saves?
Well, question. Am I in the room
What?
yet? If I moved
Did you-
after I moved after he would have saved.
You would have moved after the ghouls, or you would have moved. The ghoul's gone. He burns his legendary action. Then you move. So you're technically not in the room when he does this.
Okay. That was my question.
All right. So Tuck fails, Smock fails.
Oops, I didn't
The
mean to roll
snake
advantage.
saves. You save. All
Wow.
right, so Tuck, I actually got to roll a dice. Roll 66. There we go, 24. Tuck, you take 24. And it is half damage on a success, so isn't you take 12, you're badly hurt.
You don't have to do my health for me, Broham.
Smock, you take the full 24. Yep, you got it. Kurt, Dr. Connors, you didn't roll for yourself yet. The snake you rolled for, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
so he saves.
I was muted. Is this a guy in undead or a
Yes.
fiend by chance? Oh, okay.
He's undead. He's very much undead.
That's what I asked, and then you didn't answer because you couldn't hear me. There you go. See? I failed.
DC 17, you take the full 24.
Yeah.
I'll let you adjust it. Alright, and the ghouls... They're actually not immune to necrotics, so... They both take the full 24, and that's enough to just take both of them out of the fight, so... Alright, now Kent, you're in the room.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to try to do this again and actually cast the fucking spell. Like, I have no idea why that did that, so I apologize.
Sure.
Alright. Alright, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Just because, we're going to cast Immolation. Is that okay, Kill?
Go for it.
Alright.
Lindsay's the spell. One reacher within range makes a dex save. Which he's not particularly proficient at.
But he beats
Still
me
saves.
anyway.
Fine, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 divided by half.
46 fire damage.
17.
Oh, yeah. On a failed save, the target also. Oh, yeah.
17 points of damage.
Okay. But he's not
All right.
engulfed.
He's not engulfed.
Okay.
And... Five plus the damage taken, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Alright. He just barely fails the con save for his undead fortitude, so even though he's not engulfed, you watch as the flames just kind of consume what's left of this creature, and he burns away. You're out of combat. And very, very badly hurt.
Yay!
Killy, I know that we went over before about I want to say when we ran into our first lich, I wanted to say what do I know about liches, and considering that my master is dealing with all manners of undead, what would you like me to roll to see what I know about liches?
Why, that would be an Arcana check, or History, your choice.
Oh, I will try Arcana.
Alright. So first off, as you're casting the Animate Undead, because there's plenty of bodies in this room, you get a zombie friend.
I was wanting to specifically animate the big guy. If I could.
Humanoid. There's humanoid bones that allow you to animate a zombie.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm actually going to put this, I don't know why this isn't in yours, but just, alright. So you should have access to that zombie and be able to move it around and all that jazz then. Alright. So what you know about lichdom as a general rule of thumb is, at least for what you know about liches, is, you know what, here, let me pull up the sheet so I can make sure the information is accurate.
Basically, I'm trying to figure out
Liches.
if I know he probably has a phylactery. That's what I'm trying to.
Sure.
What?
A phylactery.
Oh, gotcha.
And if I don't know it, I don't know it. But if I know it, I'm going to suggest we look around for it.
Sure. Liches, yeah, as you know, generally have phylacteries, and the only way you can truly destroy a lich is to get rid of the phylactery. The nature by which this lich is, by this particular looking lich is created, seems to be a different kind of magic than what you've ever seen before. But based on your basic knowledge of liches, it would be tied to a phylactery.
Okay, fair enough.
But what's he got on his corpse?
My bad.
Justin's ready to fight.
Nah, I was clicked wrong.
I was just joking.
He has a pouch on his corpse.
Filled with what?
A spellcasting focus that seems to be some sort of black glowing orb, as well as a pouch containing about 250 gold pieces.
I'll toss the gold to Will, and I'll toss the orb with the bag with the orb in it to Kent.
Is the orb just a regular focus?
It looks like maybe some sort of black gemstone that's kind of pulsating with this almost sort of heartbeat nature, similar to a lot of the other sort of type of magic that you've come across thus far, including your staff.
Okay. Guys, I got a quick AFK. Whatever you decide to do, go ahead and do it. I'll be right back.
We'll throw it in the bag for now. We'll sort it out later.
I'll make Kent touch it.
Phrasing.
I suggest someone heal the shit out of me or we long rest, because I am real fucking beat.
Yeah, Will could really use a long rest. He's not so much hurt as pretty much out of ammunition.
I'm down for a long rest.
I'm fine with that too.
We just need the dome.
Yeah, let's close the doors up, set the dome up in the back, and
We don't need no stinking dome. We got a druid.
Yeah, but they love to forget that, so
I like yours better.
All right, let's use yours. I haven't get to
Makes me
see yours.
feel warm and
Let's
cozy.
see what it does.
It has hearth right in the name. That makes me want it.
Oh yeah, that spell. That spell's super fucking cool.
Okay. Here's what I'll say if you guys choose to do a long rest here with the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow in order to cloak yourselves. You can do so. It's up to you whether or not you choose to do it. I just need confirmation. Yes, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
We're doing it.
All right. So
Yes.
you can go ahead and give yourselves the benefits of a long rest. For those of you who choose to keep watch, you can't help but feel like you're constantly being watched the entire time. You never see anything, but you get this sneaking suspicion that you are not alone the entire time.
The moment Isn't feels this, he just middle fingers around the room.
Okay. So give yourselves the benefits of a long rest. And I'll go ahead and reset Kent's sheet for him.
Which includes we get max health and
You get
spell
max
slots
health. Your spell slots all come back. You get all your hit dice back.
do all my failures, my death save failures go away?
They
Yeah,
go away
like
when
you
I
said.
heal up. So
They go away as soon as you're up. Yep. All right. And then, as you're done resetting yourselves, I just need everybody to go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Cool.
Just straight up d20.
Cool.
All right.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
All right. They're taking a long rest using Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow, which happens. But as they finish the long rest, I need everyone to roll a d20 for me.
Are we restoring or not restoring?
Restoring. They've already decided long rest. You get all your shit back, but you need to roll d20 for me.
Okay, yeah. D20.
Yeah.
All right. So, one thing I do want to check, animate dead. You cast on that zombie. To get that zombie.
Yep.
While I'm thinking about it. Casting time is 1 minute. Target becomes a skeleton. 60 feet. Under control. Okay, so it's still under your control.
Correct.
I do need a d20 rolled for both that zombie as well as for Ka.
I already rolled for Kai. You got a 4.
He got the 4, you got the 15? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and roll d20 then for Ka. Alright.
we both got 10.
So, as you finish your long rest and step out of the hearth, there is this globs. There's this glob of shadowy energy that is kind of surrounding the room with what looks like eyes looking everywhere, which you did not see while you were hidden. And as you exit out, the eyes kind of focus on you. Those of you who got higher than a 10 are fine. Those of you who didn't will go down the list. Starting with Will, one of the eyes is going to fire a ray in your direction. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me. You are affected by this ray, and you are subject to essentially the slow spell for the next minute, which I'll say for the sake of ease, you're probably just going to wait for the minute to pass by, and that'll otherwise be fine. Isn't. I need you, as a ray fires in your direction, to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, great.
All right. The ray impacts you and thrusts you against the door towards the right. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you're just kind of thrust against the door. And otherwise, you're fine. Smock. Draxon, I should say. As the ray impacts you, I need you to make a Constitution save. You feel this overwhelming effect kind of hit you, but you resist it. You're fine. All right, the snake. I need him to make a dexterity saving throw.
25.
All right. This beam of energy shoots where Ka is. He ducks out of the way, and you watch as a bit of the stone that makes up this floor turns to ash. Going further down the list, Crow, you're fine. Kent.
Yeah.
As the ray makes its way in your direction,
yeah,
I need you to make a dexterity save.
All right.
All right. You are overwhelmed by what essentially is disintegration.
Okay.
You take 49 points of force damage.
Holy shit.
And you feel a portion of your body feel like it just begins to evaporate.
Okay, no problem.
And the zombie.
Oops, shit, what the hell?
I need the zombie to also make a strength check, strength saving throw, or just straight up strength. So I'll just go ahead and roll it for him.
Okay.
Make this easy. All right, he resists. All right, as these rays kind of pouch out in your direction, and the random effects happening, the worst of which seems to happen to Kent, the eyes just kind of blink a few times and then begin to fade.
Do we still feel like something's watching us after they fade away?
Oh, yeah.
Can't cast the invisibility.
You see nothing.
Okay.
I cast this on top of Kent.
All right.
So then he can roll all the rounds to himself back.
How many?
It's just 10d6. It lasts for a minute, so.
Okay, so just.
So 2 hit points for the first one, then roll another 96 on top of it.
All right, hold on.
All right. And then the assumption is then that you're waiting for the minute for some of the worst of those effects to kind of wear off, including the slow ray on Will.
You bet your fine ass I am.
All right, 32 hit points back to you, or 434 total back to you then, Kent.
All right.
Although I am curious what is on the other side of this door whenever that minute's up.
Yeah.
Stealthily.
All right.
Oh, I meant to ask Tilly. I'm sorry. Real fast. I meant to ask. The orb, right?
Mhm.
The spellcasting focus. It doesn't have any kind of interaction with the staff, does it?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
Okay.
It's out of character, just spell focus.
Okay, that's what I figured, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
Sure. It's a spell focus specific to evil attuned creatures, so
Okay.
you might be able to sell it to a scrupulous wizard or something. All right, isn't peering down the hallway here? It's actually kind of opulently decorated. You see there are stands, almost kind of like columns that sit along the hallway, and over each column is a banner that has no real sigil on it, but each of them has a color: red, blue, green, yellow, purple, indigo, and white.
Sure. Can I tell what type of cloth they're made out of?
And it looks like linen.
I'll stealthily open this door.
What are the rest of you doing?
Watching.
Watching.
Oh, I didn't mean to take that.
While he's doing that, I would like to, unless this puts him directly into combat, I would like to take the time to cast the telepathic link again.
Okay.
I'm sorry if this was asked previously. Is there oil on this floor?
Not this one, no.
I'll move up.
Okay. Peering inside this room isn't. There's a staircase that continues on a little ways to the south. It looks like it sends up. Inside this room, you can actually see that there are. It looks like the cavern itself is very seldom used. There doesn't really seem to be anything that stands out to you.
Well, if there's nothing in there, we still haven't checked the corridor to the southeast.
Well, there's still another room though. We don't know where this leads.
Okay.
It's another staircase that goes up.
Oh, true enough.
I mean, if it's an exit, we won't take it. We can always double back, but screw it.
What's your passive perception?
Mine is 15.
Okay. You enter into the room and you snap a tripwire.
Huh. Okay.
And then you hear a sound above you as stone works or statues begin to try to fall onto your head. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Deal.
Which way would you like to duck?
Right back into the room.
Okay.
Or the hallway, sorry.
Stone statues begin to fall right where you were. You managed to take no damage, and they all begin to just kind of collapse and block the room.
So I guess we're going southeast then.
Yep, we'll come back to this. Tally-ho.
I'm glad I was there to watch.
Oh, it was a pleasure to watch you work, sir.
There's that.
All right.
23.
Peering into this room, there seems to be, inside this room, it seems to be relatively benign looking. However, in the center of the room, you do make out what appears to be some sort of well. Inside the well, there's some sort of red substance. From this distance, you can't quite make out what it is. And rising out from the well is a column with what looks like a button on top of it.
Kent.
Okay. Kent's going to move
The rest of you,
forward.
because some of you guys are laying back, I'm going to start dragging you guys forward, I assume.
Kent's going to move to right inside the room.
Okay.
And you say there's a button on top of this pedestal column?
It's a short. It's like a 10-foot area well that here. Let me draw a shape.
That's okay. You're talking about right in the center of the room, right?
Yep.
And
So
rise. Oh, sorry.
And right in the center of this well is a pillar that rises up, and on top of that pillar is a button.
Okay. So, can we get close enough to inspect the liquid? Like,
Sure.
just see what it does, or not what it does. I'm not sticking my hand in it.
Sure.
Does it look like it's caustic or anything like that?
Based on the substance of it, without actually getting a hand or something in it, it's kind of hard to tell what sort of substance or what sort of consistency it has. Are the rest of you just kind of hanging out there while the rest of them walk in here and inspect this room?
Yes.
I'll come in. I am not no bitch.
I'll take a piece of the rope from my backpack and dip it in the water or whatever the fuck it is.
All right. As you dip it in, it has a pretty heavy consistency, almost like blood. You don't think it's blood, but it has consistency like blood. All right.
Gentlemen, I'm not getting anywhere near this to push that button. I don't know if pushing the button would be a good idea.
Just push it with your mage hand.
I was getting there.
Will, what are you doing?
Will's just kind of watching this all go on while standing in the back. Yeah.
As soon as all the rest of you enter the room, the door shuts behind you.
That's fine. I didn't want to go that way anyways.
Okay. I would like to use Mage Hand to press the button.
Yeah,
okay.
Press the button. Press the button.
As soon as you press the button, you see a set of runes light up right over here that all spiral outward. Do any of you read Abyssal?
Oh, you know what's funny? I think I might.
I do.
No, I read Infernal.
Okay. Dr. Connor is reading it. The Abyssal runes are numbers, counting down from 20 at the outer edge of the spiral and looping down to 1, to a 0, in fact. And as soon as he presses the button, those runes light up in blue light, and they begin ticking down. 20, 19,
what happens if
18.
I press the button again?
It resets. 20.
I'm just going to keep the mage hand up there pressing the button.
19.
So
okay.
So 20, 20, 20, 20.
20, 20, 20, 20.
I suggest we look for a way out of this room.
That is a sealed door down there from the looks of it.
Please explain, Kent. I'm scared.
Well, assuming that Dr. Connors told us that it was a countdown.
Absolutely, I did.
Yeah, but we don't know to a countdown to what. It's not like the Predator wristwatch thingy.
You never know.
Will's going to search the door just to see if there's a catch or something he missed that might open it.
Make an investigation check. Not that you see. You have no idea how this door opens.
You didn't even know it was a door.
Someone painted a door here.
In fact, there's no doorknob or anything.
You tried to lift from the bottom.
I'm just going to command the finger to keep hitting it, and I'm just going to take a walk over. It doesn't require concentration, and I would like to do the same thing.
Okay, make another investigation check.
Yep.
You don't know.
Okay.
You see that this door has no doorknob, no keyhole, no nothing. And in fact, the door that you came in from on this side, no doorknob, no keyhole.
Okay.
I say we let it count down. What's the worst that can?
We could all die. I mean, that'd be pretty bad, right?
It's just surrounded by blood. You know, hey.
You notice there's a faint trace of arcane energy that kind of surrounds the doors, giving you a sense that they are magically sealed.
I will relay that to the rest of the group.
Mr. Beethoven or Tegan, is there any chance we could try to dispel the magic on these doors?
I can cast it. Where do you want it cast? Which one do you want me to try?
I imagine on the door itself.
Which door? There's two of them,
The
right?
south door.
The one that actually
Okay.
has the magic energy coming off of it.
Oh, I thought you said both of them did.
There's two. It's like a double door down here.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
I thought he was talking about this door up here.
Oh, that makes sense.
And that door.
Both doors, no doorknob, no keyhole.
Right.
And as far as Isan could tell, the one to the south is magically sealed.
The one to the south. Got it.
Alright, so I will cast Dispel Magic on this one, I guess.
I need you to make a wisdom check for me.
Before I cast? Oh, okay.
As you cast it, it's high level magic.
Alright. So let's
Your mom's high level magic. Boom
Okay.
roasted.
burn that. You said wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up wisdom?
Straight up wisdom. That's your spellcasting ability. Yep. Good roll. This is ancient magic. I'll say this much. This is really ancient powerful magic, and you're able to discern at least that much. You're not quite able to dispel it.
I
You
will
know that it's
relay
tied
up
to the button.
saying that I probably could not get it removed. What I got.
Okay. All right. So I have an idea, and Will, see if you follow me on this.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna cast Wand of Secrets over in this area. Let's see if anything
Alright,
else.
I'm listening.
You detect no secrets.
Alright.
What was that spell that you saved dear Tegan's life with when we were fighting in the bowels of the
water temple?
Yes.
The wall of force?
I suggest we huddle in here as much as we can, cast Wall of Force, and to try to protect us, and we let the button count, and we let the countdown go to 0.
And then it's only a 10-foot
do
radius
that.
or something.
It's 10-foot radius. If I make it a sphere, it's a 10-foot radius.
Hemispherical dome or sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet, or a flat surface made up of 10 foot by 10 foot panels. So it could be a 10-foot wall or a sphere of 10 feet.
Well, we could back into a corner and make a 10-foot wall.
That never made any sense to me. I can make a single wall 100 feet long and 10 feet high, but I can only make a 10-foot diameter sphere. That makes no sense at all to me.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Or we could all
I
get.
didn't write the damn spell, man.
We could all get up against this door and then put the wall like across here.
Yeah, you could run it from wall to wall, and that should be hopefully enough to help us avoid whatever might hit us.
Yeah, can we all fit in here, Kelly?
Well, sorry.
Somebody could stand on top of the snake, but you can't share this. Otherwise, share the same space.
Or we can make it so that it's this interior. Hold on.
Yeah, just
So we
do
can
a corner like what someone's doing right now.
Yeah. From like here to here, instead of everyone stand behind it.
I mean, it might not stop magical
How high
damage.
is the ceiling in here?
About 20 feet.
It's up to you guys. If that's what you want to try.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll move my
Let's
guys.
do it.
Do it.
Alright, I'm going to command the mage hand to, just stop hitting the button.
Okay. Tegan, are you being inside a wall back over in this direction, I assume?
Yeah, so just keep it like that. Hold on.
Yeah, he should be able to cover that if it's.
It's 100 feet. I'm sure.
Yeah, I thought they made it diagonal, so I thought the square was also part of the wall.
Can you see my red line?
10 foot by 10 foot panels, 100-foot wall. So
But you see that red line, right? I can make the wall that size.
There's no red line on my
It doesn't-
screen.
I don't
That-
see any red line.
Enough to cover the room like that, right?
No, I thought we were just doing a diagonal.
Yeah, do a diagonal like this.
Like that.
No, just
You're so
see where
close.
Tegan is. See where Tegan is. The line above, just his square and all the squares below it. So it's like an L start. Just the line across the top of Tegan
Oh yeah,
and then straight down.
he can move. He doesn't have to be a straight
You can't see my red
line.
line. How come you can't see my red
Okay.
line?
All right.
That's crazy.
Fine.
Okay.
You protect yourselves behind this wall of force.
By the way, Kent does say, guys, be ready to drop that wall in case when that door opens, like lava comes rushing out.
1,
Yeah, like
2,
that, right,
3,
exactly.
4, 5, and so we can make it all the way to the ceiling because that'll be 20. I mean, that'll be 10 walls of
Okay.
20 feet. So all the way to the ceiling, surrounding us,
Okay.
wall of force. We're forcing it.
Okay.
What did D&D
Nothing-
teach you today? How to math.
math's
between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can generate a wall more than big enough to cover that line. So
Not just
20.
more than big enough,
Floor to ceiling.
exactly
19.
big enough.
18.
no, because remember, it's every square is
17.
5 feet, not 10 feet.
16.
Right, but it has to go to the ceiling.
15.
The
The
wall's
color
up.
on the runes turns green. 14.
Sweet.
13.
I can't wait.
12.
Okay.
11.
All right.
10. The colors
Uh-huh.
turn yellow.
What's next?
9.
Can't wait.
8. 7.
Holy
6.
shit.
The runes' colors turn red. 5.
Good thing I'm the only one that can
4.
read those numbers.
3. The lights in the room all turn off. The runes begin to flash. The only thing you can see now are the runes.
It's a
3,
disco party.
2, 1, 0.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The runes turn off. The light in this room turns back on, and both doors open.
Good.
God damn it.
It was a worthwhile precaution.
I just had you burn how many spells for no reason?
One spell.
One spell.
Okay.
More than that.
A
Dispel magic.
singular spell.
I say I burned one too. So
Well, yeah.
2. Ha ha ha.
So if that's another way down, we probably should go up and finish that room.
It is down.
Because there's obviously something still up here, past all that rubble. And we still have to solve this puzzle in this other room.
well, I think the puzzle has to do with that black orb.
Well,
I just want to throw out there that I said just
It
let
was
it calm
pulsing with
down
a
from the
heartbeat,
beginning.
and then the heart it was missing. Just saying, that's where my mind was going with that.
well,
Owner of a lonely heart.
quick question.
hmm
How do you guys propose that we get past a whole shitload of stone statues that are falling over, or what do you call it? Because I don't think they're going to be easy enough to move.
We thunderclap them.
You want to check out the room with the coffins first?
The same way
Yeah.
you move any pile of stones, one rock at a time.
I was going to say like the ancient Egyptians with slaves.
All right. Are you all
Alright,
making your way
Dark
back
Bear.
over to the coffins?
Yeah.
to work.
All right. I'm just going to drag you all over there.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
our plan, Stan.
All right. To remind you, again in this room there are 6 coffins. One of them is open. Each of them has a symbol on the lid of the coffin. One is on the north is a broken wheel, a torn map, and stars. On the south is I'm sorry, I think I said no, I did. Broken clock, broken compass, and the empty one, which is
Broken
open, has
heart.
a symbol of a broken heart.
Just real quick, I can still see invisibility. Anything invisible in this room?
No.
Okay.
Hey, where'd my token go?
Left.
Are you underneath somebody else?
Nope, he just
No,
doesn't
he
exist anymore.
Did you drop him somewhere along the way?
I don't see him. I'll just drag a new one out.
You lose! Good day, sir!
There you go.
Okay, works.
Kelly, is there anything magical about these caskets?
You can make a figure an Arcana check if you want. You sense there's some arcane tracing involving these caskets. You don't know what it is, but there's magic involved.
You said one of them's already open.
One of them's already open and it's empty.
And that's the one with the heart symbol.
Yes.
Alright. So, quick question for all you good diamond bears and friends. If we already know the next way down, do we really want to trigger something in this room by just lifting coffin lids?
No. Look, we're good, but at this point, I just feels too much like tempting fate.
What do the rest of you think?
Man, Kurt Connors don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't think there's anything inside of these that would make me want to open them.
Anybody else?
You're the magic man.
I will just comment that usually when we leave something alone, it comes back to bite us later.
Or immediately.
Or immediately.
I've changed my mind. Now I want to open them.
Your call. I would like not to open one, but
I can be a sacrifice to open one if you feel like it would be an immediate. If it'd hurt the person that opens it.
well, anyone other than Draxon?
I mean, which one should we open?
I have no clue. There are no runes other than what's written on the caskets.
Does the
Just the symbols on the caskets
hang
themselves.
Hang on a second. You have to forgive me. Malik, your character's name I don't remember, but does your little friend that you picked up in your stone, does he happen to know anything about these caskets?
You know what? Let's ask him. Delta.
He responds as soon as I find my voice mod.
How may I be of assistance?
Do you know what these caskets are for?
He shifts out of his stone form, kind of looks around at the caskets closely, and he says,
I can't tell you what the caskets are for, but look closely at the symbols. All of them are broken except for one.
So, what do you suppose we do with the non-broken one?
We break it. And then I pull out my weapons, which I no longer have my hammer, so I sheathe them again, and I ask someone else to break it.
you like instinctively go to pull your weapons and like sit there and stare at them and go, "Aw," and you put your weapons back.
Yep.
Let's try the unbroken one.
Open the unbroken one?
We break it. We break the unbroken.
I don't think we break it.
I think we open it.
I think we open it.
Are you opening it?
Send the paladin.
Can we open it by breaking it?
Can we open it by breaking?
I will walk over and open it carefully.
Okay, just make a regular strength check for me. Or athletics if you want.
Carefully sounds like the opposite of breaking.
You said what check? I'm sorry.
Athletics.
Athletics.
All right, easy enough. You're a pretty strong fella. You shift open the lid of the coffin and let it slide onto the stone floor. Inside, you see no body, but instead a ring that has a number of jewels surrounding it. They look to be possibly amethyst.
I know what color that is.
How many gems? Is there a number? Is it like 3, 6, 10?
Hang on. There are about a total of 6. They're all seem to be either amethysts or sapphires. They have that kind of bluish purplish color.
Okay. Well, I relate, since I imagine I moved away from everybody else to open this. I relay the information that there's a ring and a bunch of gems in here.
Well, the gems are on the ring.
Oh, the gems are on the ring.
Yep.
I'll be
So,
ballsy enough and pick the ring up.
what was the
Okay.
symbol that was not broken?
The stars,
Stars.
which
Okay.
he just opened.
All right. Yeah, I knew that's the one you opened. I was trying to associate with the ring.
I picked up the ring. Does it look to be of any value?
You think it might be. You don't know what kind of value.
Does it look like it's magical?
Yes, that was gonna be my next
Arcana
question.
check.
Can I have any of my friends do an Arcana check for me that actually have some Arcana?
Yep.
Any of you?
Yeah, working on it. Only hit the button so fast.
It's faint, but there's a trace of magic to this item.
I would like to try
So-
to cast Identify on it.
All right. That's what it is.
Sounds good. I guess I'll pocket it since I've got it.
And right now, you gave it over to Ken to him to identify it, I assume.
Oh, I didn't know if he could. I
He
was
has
just
to
more
have
like
the item
more or
in
less
it, actually.
Yep. That makes sense. Okay. I'll let him decide if he wants to give it back to me or keep it himself.
I'll hand it to you if the group has no objections. He is the one who he was the one ballsy enough to open the ring or open the casket.
I wanted
I'm
to break
fine
the
with him having
casket, so.
All right, so I guess I'll pocket it in my bag.
Or you could just put it on.
You can put
I
it
know.
on, it's just you won't be able to attune to it until you get outdoors and at night somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
I'll just.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, I was just gonna say since I can't attune to it, I'll just keep it in my bag.
Fair enough.
I don't know that opening any of the other ones would probably be a good idea. Shall we head downstairs? Because I can't move big stone objects. It's up to you guys if you want to try, though.
I can keep opening if you guys want me to, but it's going to be a group decision.
No, I think opening the rest probably would not be good after what the computer said. So it's up to you guys. You want to go back up and try move big stone way columns, or you want to move down further?
I do not.
I hear
Well,
somebody.
we get three ways to go, right?
Back the way we came, up the way call with the big stone
Right.
way call, or down.
Now, let's try up.
Okay. I guess we move back up the corridor to Waycott, and somehow we're going to move statues.
So the room is just full of statues, Killy.
No, they all collapsed in front of the doorway when he triggered the trap. They're all right here.
Yeah, they're all just kind of blocking the doorway here.
Do I get the feeling that I'm strong enough to move enough of this to let us pass?
It's kind of like a collapsed-in ceiling. So it'll be, you could try, but it's going to be real difficult.
I'm telling you, just put the bard in front of it, have him thunderclap, because you have thunderwave, don't you?
If sorry, out of character, just in the interest of time. There's nothing else of significance in that room. The stairway leads up to a room with a rune that is currently inert, and you have no way of activating. It's a secondary entrance if you decided to go down into the pit from the staircase earlier.
You mean sliding down? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so in character, I don't think we should go this way.
Deal. I'm back down at the bottom already.
All right. All right. It's like a marathon drag. There we go. All right. So
You go through the button pressing and all that nonsense again.
Oh. Would we have to if the doors are still both open?
The magic still triggers when you all enter into the room.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So you make your way back down to here. As you begin to approach the steps, manifesting in front of you are three creatures that look like ghosts, but they have no visible face or anything. They look like they're practically made of shadows, and as they manifest, they all echo at the same time.
None may enter the Master's domain.
Will's like, that's sharp, but it's really not catchy. Maybe something like, none shall pass. That's really catchy. I like that.
Need a big staff, too.
Killy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to hold up the staff and say Xaxas and see if they'll let us pass.
Make a persuasion check.
I believe.
I wouldn't believe that much.
Nat 20, here you come. Oh! Oh, shit.
They look at the staff, the heartbeat of the staff pulsating. And they dissipate from view.
Shall we continue?
We're off to see the wizard.
Hey Killy, has there ever been a party of adventurers more frustrating to a DM than us?
It was a clever choice. I let him do it. You don't know the ramifications of it yet.
When we step on these little tiles, do we hear click, 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 click?
No tiles on that one.
Okay. Well, they look a lot like the other tiles.
Okay. So descending down the staircase. Much of this place has been this awkward amalgamation of hard stone carved floors mixed in with cavern walls, what seems like a natural cavern walls. And that becomes more evident as you descend down the stairs. The columns that make way for the staircase as you descend down quite a ways start as these carved columns, but then transition into what seem to be natural stone columns, or columns that haven't been finished being carved. And as you descend down the staircase, you eventually empty out into what appears to be a central room of some sort.
I know this room.
There is an inert rune sitting on the floor, and a central pool of lava that just sits in the middle of the room back here. In front of that pool of lava is what appears to be some sort of altar.
Killy.
On the altar, you see dried blood.
Killy. Can I roll a history check to see if when I have been here before?
I'll show you the history check. As far as you've been here before, there's something. I'm sorry, sorry I interrupted you. Is there something in particular you're trying to gauge?
Yes, when I've been in here before, whenever I've appeared here, and I think it's two or three times now, have I been in the middle of this
Yes.
Kent says don't stand on the rune.
That's ominously terrifying.
I guess we should spread about and search around. See if we can see anything.
As you enter into the room, you note that the edges of the walls of this large cavern are not stone wood, but most of it has this sort of blacky, inky sort of essence to it. Kind of like what kind of confronted you with the eyes earlier, though you don't currently see any eyes there. There's this black, inky substance that surrounds it. Above that, though, at the top of the ceiling, which is about 15 feet high, there is about 5 feet of what looks like mirrors that extend around the entire length of this cavern.
So on the ceiling itself?
Just short of the ceiling itself.
And but I'm saying they're along the ceiling or all over the walls.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. So the ceiling itself is 30 feet high, not 20, whatever I said, 30 feet high. So there's about 25 feet of this inky black substance, and it stops maybe a foot or two shy of the 5 feet between the wall and the ceiling. The ceiling itself is just hard stone. The 5 feet at where the wall meets the ceiling, down 5 feet, there's a line of walls, like in a yoga studio or something.
You mean okay? So not walls of mirrors is what you're saying.
Yes, there's 5 feet of mirror right at the edge, right at the very top of each of the walls that extends the entire length of the cavern.
Okay.
And like on all four walls of the cavern.
On all four walls of the cavern.
And possibly more, but it's covered with that inky blackness.
If there's more, then it's covered with this inky black substance.
So the entirety of the side walls could possibly be mirrored. It's just covered by the inky blackness.
Covered by demon semen.
Right.
I will say I've been in this room before in my dreams, but I don't know how we should proceed from here on out. But I do know that every time I've been here, I've been stuck in that room and unable to move from it. And almost every time, something hideous was approaching me. Unless we know the nature of that room, I suggest that we don't step into it.
Can we put Ka in the middle of it?
Guess again, cockfag.
Kelly, I'd like to two things. I'd like to check
for what it's worth. The rune at the moment seems inert.
Yeah, well, I ain't stepping into it to become ert.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, like, get close to it and see if I can see or figure out anything about it.
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah. I do say to our friends, or to everybody, be on your guards.
Doot magic flute.
It seems like a variant of a teleportation circle, but it seems like it has the basic runes involved within it to serve as a teleportation circle if need be.
All right. I suggest we spread out. Some people remain in the back, and I'm going to walk up and take a look at the altar.
And I will stick to the shadows as best I can.
The altar has, hovering over it, what appears to be an angel with her head in her hands as if she is weeping. On top of the altar is what appears to be dried blood.
Nothing else about the altar? Nothing...
Nothing else that stands out.
I'm not getting close to the edge, unlike our ranger. But I am going to walk over here a little bit and just... Is there anything in the lava?
Not upon immediate perception, but as you approach the altar itself, as well as the edge of the lava, the beat, that is the heartbeat of your staff, begins to beat faster.
Do I get the impression that this is where the staff might have been made?
You would have no way of knowing.
Okay, fair enough.
You can have
Throw
that
the staff
impression.
in the lava.
Just won't.
Throw it into the lava.
Throw it in the lava. Don't be Gollum. Throw it.
I don't want to throw it into the lava, guys. If when I throw it in, a hand reaches up out of the lava and grabs it. I don't think that would be a good idea. Fuck it. I'm going to approach the fucking altar.
Okay.
This is not going to be good. I'm going to tell the guys to spread the fuck out, please. Or in case something happens. Range, stay ranged.
I'm casting that on myself.
Done.
I'm going to ask Will, could you grant me with a boon of protection from evil?
Will plays a melancholy tune on his mandolin with a flourish at the end, and you feel the protection from evil envelop you.
I'm going to take out my dagger. I'm going to slightly slice the palm of my hand. And I'm going to let the blood fall on the altar.
As soon as the blood begins to fall onto the altar, there is a glow of black energy that seeps out, surrounding the altar and extending out to your sides. You watch as the black shadowy substance, as it spills out to the sides, begins to form and coalesce into forms that you recognize as being those of the prophets you have slain in each of the elemental temples. They echo out, one by one.
From the dawn of elemental evil, through the passages of time, fire, earth, wind, water, none are spared the essence of death.
And they
You wander into its very lair. Now face the justice you have called forth.
You watch as slowly, rising out of lava, the fire simply dripping off of its sides, is a large skull. Larger than any skull you probably have ever seen. You watch as it begins to rise out of the lava. 10 orbs of light, well, 9 orbs of light, begin to light up on its sides, one at a time, before a large central eye begins to light up as it rises 20 feet up above the rest of you and peers down. And you hear a booming, echoing voice. It isn't speaking in Undercommon as it cries out.
All of you to face me directly. You will be incinerated.
And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh Lord.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
What, who is this guy? Do we know who he
Xaxas.
is, or that's Zach?
That's Xaxas.
Not who I was expecting, but okay.
Who were you expecting?
Oh, I thought we were going to get that that death avatar that I banished from town.
For what it's worth, as he's rising out of the lava, you see in the central core of this skull's being is what looks like a crystallized substance. I forgot to add this. Is what looks like some sort of crystal, a crystalline substance that is entrapped in a metallic casing shaped like a crystal, and it pulsates with an energy. And Will, as you descend into the room, as you watch this creature rise, you hear a faint voice. Faint, but deadly recognizable. You hear the voice of Marcus, your master, say,
Will, I don't believe it. A little help dealing with this?
Did you just say a little help?
A little help.
Marcus du Marquet. Loving it.
Okay, so that's a big undead beholder. Um,
Marcus du Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
You hear your master's voice.
Marcus du Wahlberg.
Marcus du Wahlberg. Yes. He was Will Ferrell Beethoven's mentor.
okay, I'm gonna stop. That was fun so far.
No, that's super fun.
I'm sure next week is going to be
How we die?
pretty much.
We're the Diamond Bears, man. We'll figure it out.
My life for ire.
That was fun.
Yeah, this is great, Kill. Thanks.
Hey, Kill.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb question.
Shoot.
Had I not, and I don't know if you had anything planned as far as if I altered up the blood, but was the protection from evil a good idea or a bad idea?
Let me remind myself exactly what that does. Protection from good and evil. Protection grants several creatures of those types of disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. Was that actually cast on you?
Yeah, but that's why I asked Will to hit me with.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I didn't know what was going to happen when I dropped the blood on the altar. I didn't think engaging in a dark sacrifice was a good idea.
Well, sure. Cast on Will from his instrument. It's on you for the next 100 rounds of combat. So yeah, good idea. Also, for what it's worth, because you cut your hand, you do take a point of slashing damage, which I'll just add. But
That's fine. Okay.
All right, this bard's off to bed. So doot magic flute. Thank you all.
Peace out.